Where you supposed to be?
Who I'm supposed to be?
Fantasy football.
I never knew how to do it, so I had to get into it.
You know it?
Her mom did a cute job on the glass.
Oh, thank you.
She's on this bank. Really cute.
Bro.
We gotta get
Yeah,
this
spell
out.
her name right.
Yes.
No, sometimes people spell it with an
Let me
H.
see the chicken.
And read very easily.
Okay, cool beans.
I just saw that shit turn on the light.
You didn't taste nothing, did you?
No. Alright. Ain't no.
You want some of the trick?
Someone breaking rules.
Phone on silent. That was the first thing he said.
I say you better not say it's me, because I know you're going to say some
Jordan, was it him?
colors.
Nah, not this time.
Oh, you asked the light-skinned guy.
You want a good answer?
I trust your light-skinned opinion.
I'm just dead, girl.
Mac, is your phone on silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Should I try calling it? You know, make sure.
I always take booty calls on the phone side, so you'll give me some booty, then you can call.
It's not bad. Trick.
Just be ready. Hold that gut. Oh. Man, they better not lose, man. I'm scared
over.
they're gonna lose. But you saw that Laker game, though? Laker in Dallas?
Listen.
Boy, I was on the edge of my seat.
What's his name though? Luka. I know he's the ball, but he
next
ball.
up. And he's 20.
Oh, Luka's good.
And he's 20.
Bro, that dude.
He's scary.
He on another level.
Yeah,
Especially
scary.
coming over with Serbia. Where are you from? Lithuania? What is it? He's
It's over there.
somewhere over
But
there.
he been playing ball with grown men since he was 16. So it's like
Who?
grown men.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
dang.
Been a pro since
Yeah.
16, so.
Wow.
But still.
You say 20? That's crazy.
no problem. Like he go like with the next 6-7 years, he'll be MVP.
Oh yeah.
He'll get MVP.
Sure.
He'd be the first. From out the country, right? No, Giannis. Never mind.
Giannis.
Giannis,
already
You
got
good.
that.
Dirk.
Oh yeah, Dirk.
Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
Yeah.
Giannis, Dirk.
Ginobili.
If we count Steve Nash, he's a foreigner too.
True.
From Canada.
Mhm.
Yup.
That doesn't count.
Hey,
It still won't let me. No, I don't know what it is, man.
what? It won't share your little drink?
No, it won't let me tag at all.
Why don't you did you share it then try to tag it?
Share it then? How you do that?
Oh,
What you mean?
All right. Cool beans. You trying to tag us?
No,
You trying?
Got a lot of energy.
Why these fuckers still trying to figure out how to tag?
But that's
you
gonna do
probably-
it.
you probably do it.
You know
First
what
thing I want to say
I'm trying to do like.
is thank you to every single one of y'all that came down here for our first live event. Thank you so much. So please give it up for yourselves first of all. Because I definitely don't want people to think that I'm back here talking to nobody. There's people in here, like I said, because people been blowing up my phone all day talking about, oh man, I tried to get the ticket and it said you couldn't get no more ticket. And
thought you said it was 15.
And I was like, well, what did it say?
15.
I'm like, okay. Let me guess who that was that just had the volume up.
Look, what up?
And first of all, like I said, I really want to thank every single one of y'all coming out. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for all your support. Because you be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. Ain't that the word of one of your favorite rappers, Jay-Z? You be any place in the world, but you're here with me. I want to give a quick shout out. I'm going to have her come up here. My cousin, Stephanie, I'm going to have her come up here right quick. Come on up here, Steph. Hey, shout out. This is my shout out business partner right here. And we, as good as it gets, it's still happening. We got a lot of stuff happening on both sides. Got a lot of stuff. So it's still happening. It's happening next year. We got her book coming out, Married to My Addiction, January 4th, 2020. Get it! Don't pretend. I don't care if you don't know how to read. Pretend to read. Get the book. Okay? And then everybody else, I want to give my brother, I want to give him a quick shout out right here. He over here. My brother. I love you. You want to come up and let me see right quick? Okay, brother. You don't stay in the corner. He low-key. He the guy in the back of the room. Thank him so much. Love you, man. Thank you for everything. And everybody else that's here, man, thank you, man. Every single one of y'all. Appreciate y'all. Want to thank my auntie for these wonderful glasses.
Thanks, Mom.
Say unfiltered. Look at this, man. It's got my name on it. Unfiltered. It's got a name on each one of them. So we're going to be toasting it up in these. I wish I knew about it in the beginning. So first of all, getting started with the show. I'm going to let my co-hosts introduce themselves, because like I said, this is our first, and I'm looking at Don because she do not want to hear this boy do his stupid introduction. I love it. I love the introduction. I think it's cool. But I'm gonna let him. We're gonna go from I guess my left to right, and we're gonna start down there.
This is episode 11. Does this count as an episode?
This don't even count as an episode. This is our first live event. That means we got people, man. I mean, we got people here that normally would comment, but now they're in person, so now they can say it loud. I'm just hoping that
Y'all still got a comment.
yeah, they still got a comment. So that's all we're gonna say. Everybody here commenting. Nobody know. They don't know what we about to be talking about today. So it's gonna be great. And like I said, I love live events, and I love it nice and quaint because it's more personal, and then, you know, you got action. You can have it in a room full of 20,000 people. But if there's only a couple, you're going to have to stand by what you say, you know what I'm saying? So, go ahead, Jay.
As y'all know, I'm the Don Magic Wine. That light-skinned player. Got a little... This is Unfiltered. Welcome, everybody.
This is your other co-host, Matt Grease, the Long Black Lagoon in this beach, Jersey. Jersey. As I said twice.
Miss Caller, hi everybody, welcome. It's Unfiltered, we keep it real, so let's keep it real.
And, of course, it's me. The world's nicest asshole. Mr. Johnson. There's no other way to say it. But we gonna start it off tonight. I guess the best thing I can start off with is we had a conversation. This is probably gonna be for our next episode, but y'all probably gonna get a brief preview about it. And it was about domestic violence. Actually, I think we were talking about me and you, Matt, was talking about it, and it was about how sometimes the opposite sex don't have the same point of view about domestic violence. Sometimes I think they both think that is wrong, but it's like a different perspective on each side of, like, I don't want to say the level of wrongness, if that makes any sense, like the level of wrongness or something like that. Because just as much as, you know, they really make it go over and say that women get abused, and it is. But there's a lot of guys that's out here getting abused by women. And I look back at April. I look back here, he's like laughing, so like, oh, guys ain't getting beat. Like that, but I mean, we do have it. You know, so, you know.
I called 2 pieces.
Oh, yeah, I called some of Jones.
Shoot, I caught a knife. calling back. I was quick to call.
I was like, look at me. What? I said, look at me.
They was like, get her.
I got my tires slapped.
Yeah, I've been there and done that too, Tyler. But, I mean, let me ask y'all a question. Just show of hands since everybody's in it right now. Do you think that men, if they call the police, if men call police to report domestic violence, do you think that is sexism shown towards the men more than it is the women when a man calls the police? Anybody?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. That's common. Hell yeah.
I don't know, like, I've been on the phone when she said, oh, I thought you said you had it under control. I'm serious, you know? She said that to me.
But look, I just think that's the perception, and that's why I think we look at it different because we're taught to take pain like, hey, you know what, you can get over it, or hey, you're not hurt, you know what I'm saying, because you know you get hit by a woman, you know, so you shouldn't be hurt by it, so it's not violence versus the guy hitting the woman. So that's why, like I said, it's a double standard. It's wrong on both sides, but that's the double standard that hey, it shouldn't affect you. You know what I'm saying? I agree.
What about you? You're the only woman on the...
No, I think men do get treated different. You know, so women can, because I got sons, so I don't want nobody hitting on my sons. So it's gonna be a problem. So.
Do you think it's a certain level of how many
I don't think they take men serious. I think they have to see a man like really bleed and take him serious. Like I feel
Yeah,
like,
because they have to see me.
I feel like if you come over there and see like, oh, scratch, they was like, boy,
you just fell down the stairs.
They were.
If it's a woman, she
She
fell
gonna
down.
be crying.
Oh,
She
she's
can
like,
act. Women can act a little more than men. They can kind of cry to make it.
Especially white women. Excuse me.
Now you think Michigan? Y'all think Michigan is a? We live in Michigan. Do you think Michigan is a pro-woman state?
Yeah,
Yes.
of course. Yeah,
That's every state though, man.
Any women in the crowd, y'all think it's a pro-woman state?
Quiet.
Some of y'all think.
Y'all
Like,
quiet.
when you say pro woman, are you just talking about like?
I'm talking about the crimes of domestic violence. It's pro-women.
That I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to speak on. But oh yeah, Michigan pro. I don't know. I don't know on that aspect. How about that?
I can try.
You only know what you see.
Yeah,
You
I
can only speak for what you've been through. I understand that.
Women do the stuff to men and then they like it's nothing. Then I just seen when the man do it and it's a big deal. You know, I just seen both sides of it, so I can just say what I see. It looks like it's for women. Like, yeah, okay, take the woman's side. It's not right.
So
I got
what's
sons,
supposed to
so I don't
be my course of action when I get slapped, punched, or anything by a woman? Should I just, oh my God, and take it and just be cool?
I got
got a sister?
I got a better question to follow this question. When you're, if you're getting hit on by a woman, you know, punch, slapped, all that, are you wrong for defending yourself?
I honestly, I don't. I'm a firm believer in if you put your hands on somebody and they're trying to restrain themselves and you're still doing it, male or female, and they defend themselves and they're male, you should, realistically, we're adults. You know as a female, this man can beat you up if he wants to. So if you got the audacity to put your hands on this man, know how big he is, knowing with the pre-notion, well, he's not supposed to hit a woman, I don't believe that. I feel like anybody got the right to defend themselves. Don't put your hands on somebody if you don't want them to put their hands on you.
I wanted to ask the panel, how many of you guys have actually hit a woman in your life, whether it's in elementary or... Tell the truth, that just...
I've been in a situation.
I've been in a situation. I had to choke her up.
I haven't punched her, hit her.
Well, I mean, I'm just being honest. We being transparent. I mean, I had to choke her. It was either choke her up or I'm dead.
Oh, dang.
It was choke her up. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a situation, and not too fine a point and everything, but I had a situation where it was pretty much life or death for I'm getting stabbed for it. So I had to do it, and it was follow. And this funny thing is, I believe in never saying what, never saying never.
You don't know what you do in that situation.
Yeah, that's why I don't believe in saying that. I'll be careful about saying that. Like, never say never. Like, when something like a man say, I'll never hit a woman. I'm like, well, that's nice, but if you ain't never been in a situation or provoked to that point, it's easy to say. And that's kind of like, you know, when you just mentioned, that's kind of like where I was. I didn't ever think that before. Never had to put a hands on a woman, never had to do that before. Then when, and all of a sudden things just happened, and it was like, boom, like, oh my God, what I just do? And, I mean, for me, you know what I'm saying, I get to speak with whatever.
Remember, women are killing men nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just as much as men killing women as women killing men. You know what I mean? So, that's why I said what I said. Like, I feel like it goes here.
I will never be the provoker in a situation like that. But I've had a situation, I woke up and my ex had, you know, my balls in her hand. Like, with nails. Like, any movement, them things was coming off. I was like, I said, we had to handle something really quick. And people would look at it like, oh my God, how could you hit a woman? What are you doing? Things of that nature. But again, you gotta, you know, certain situations, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta protect yourself. So go for it.
What? What? I missed it now.
You just see the little bit more wild.
I missed it.
Man, she had nails.
The green claws came out.
It was a whole grip.
Woo! Oh, what? It's like this nuts?
Like the whole thing.
Yeah. The gloves is off.
Okay.
The gloves is off. The gloves is off on that. It's a certain point where I don't see woman no more. She started coming out like boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Come on, nigga.
oh man, I said this up. But yeah, no, I agree with that. I just think if y'all gonna be together, man, y'all, it should be. Look, we together. I ain't your mama. I mean, she ain't my mama. I ain't your daddy. Keep your hands off her. And I feel like if you get to the point where you about to get violent, y'all need not to be together no more. It's like, look, we need to stop. Like, there's something going crazy because some people think that's attractive.
Yeah.
It's a turn on, man. He don't love me unless he hit me. I'm like, you fool. You a fool. I ain't having. I want no woman hitting me. I don't want to have to be in the bed and sleep for 1 hour like I'm major pain. And she just standing there waiting on you to go sleep because there's women out here that creepy. Y'all know I'm telling the truth.
I know. There's been too many articles where dude woke up, got his junk chopped off. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. Y'all women be scandalous sometimes, man.
Y'all, that's too deep. Cut your balls.
I feel like, I'll be scared to death. I would want to sleep. I'll be like, now I sleep with steel drawers. Ting. Like, I knew it. I knew you was going to do that.
I knew he was gonna do that to each other.
Now, hey, I got some, I guess that's an icebreaker, but I got some icebreaker questions for y'all. Okay? Cool beans. Everybody, honest. Tasha, how you doing? Tasha came this bad boy, walked right in the middle. Hey, in the camera.
No shoes.
It's so funny that you can't even say nothing like being like,
And our church going.
got people watching like, man, just sit out.
I'm like, damn, who was that?
But okay, let me get started. Anybody, I mean, y'all can all shout out this answer, okay? What childish things that do you still do as an adult right now?
Don't close the toilet seat.
You said what childish thing?
Yeah, what childish thing you do right now as an adult still?
Sometimes me and my friends get bored. We have the phone.
Yeah, we should.
You grown! Y'all too grown!
And it still be fun. We do her aunt all the time. It's just the same aunt all the time.
Wow, I look at you
she's
so different
hilarious.
now.
She's hilarious too.
Don't judge
Like
me.
your refrigerator's ready, go catch I'll be so mad if somebody call me.
Well, you ain't got shit else to do on this
Don't be sleep. Like,
Get up and fucking check.
That is it, man. That's the worst thing ever, man. That means I'm getting old. Woo! If you get mad like that, I would never get mad over that before. I probably laugh.
No, I piss me off.
Well, you working nights? You working?
I'm gonna tell you what I did the other night. So I went to use the bathroom on the toilet, and I ain't had no toilet paper. So I called the store like, "Hey, can somebody just drop off some toilet paper?"
Wait, what?
Yeah,
You was at work?
I was at work. I was at work. I had to call the store like, "Hey, there's some toilet paper." It weren't that good. They creeping.
Oh, your mama.
Y'all scared? Y'all scared?
They was cussing.
Well, I wasn't scared, but I was kind of.
Anna, I don't want nobody to see you like that on the camera. Get out of the camera.
Miles Morales.
I was messing with you, but yeah, I don't know what the heck. But yeah, I just I think the childish thing I think I still do is I throw temper tantrums. I throw temper tantrums. It's something more angry now. I'm just telling the truth. I get mad and I throw a temper tantrum. I don't do it. Oh, so you don't do nothing? You don't do
I
nothing.
do.
What you do
I
then?
wrestle my kids.
Hey, no, come on, man. I wrestle my kids. That ain't childish, man. That's such a safe answer
Okay.
I ain't never heard in my life.
Well, that's what we
That is
do.
true.
That's what we do now. Okay, we crack jokes. We go done.
You gonna do that for
She's gonna make her kids and little small kids fight each other.
Oh, that's abuse.
I think we
We just went over it. Everything you said to be used against you in the court of
She's like, CPS gonna be shit.
That's right. Fight kitties. Fight kitties.
Whoever lose don't get pranked.
What did I say? I did not say. What did I do to the kids? He said.
Do you want eggs? Do you want breakfast this morning? Fight. 2 man enter, 1 man leave.
All I know is you was like, remember when y'all was kids? Rick get her. And Rick and Nene was going at each other.
Yeah, that's true. Anybody else? Anybody does something they do? I guess they're like, no, I don't do anything childish.
I'm sure you do.
I forget about that.
I mean, I'm still young.
I forgot about that part though. But they grown now, so they ain't kids.
I do childish shit so much I can't even.
I guess everything to be about the same. Okay, we'll keep it on this. Everybody in here knows Sesame Street, right?
Yeah.
Everybody, please tell me you do. I'm like, yeah. If you move to Sesame Street, who would you want your neighbor to be?
Big Bird.
Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster.
Definitely Big Bird.
Bird and Ernie.
I think they was gay.
They gay.
Bird and Ernie wasn't gay.
They sit on the same bed. They were brothers. And their hands never came out of the
Bird
cover.
and Ernie was not gay. Bird and Ernie was not gay.
Hey, Bird. Hey, Bird. Bird, why you did that?
They never said that.
Whoa, look at your neck, Bird.
They so bad.
They took baths together and everything. They were grown men. No, they wasn't. They were grown.
Yo, Dean Burke, you a best that's the same.
Too many kids.
No damn kids.
Living in twin beds?
No, it wasn't no twin bed. It was in one bed.
Right, was it? Somebody pull up Bird.
One day in one bed. I swear it was one bed.
Somebody pull up Bird and Ernie and see if they in the same bed.
I swear it was the same
That
bed.
turtleneck anyway, but he was a little
Yeah, he went on those
They
trips.
had separate beds.
Turtleneck and no pants. He was gay. Rudy, what you touching me down there
You never
for?
saw their legs. You never saw their legs. You never.
That's my point exactly.
You don't know
Yeah,
what's going on.
they had separate beds.
Thank
They
you.
had separate beds.
What's your name?
Latasha.
Thank you. You gonna be my research girl right there.
Says the person that makes her kids fight each other for food.
Okay.
Says the
First of
abuser.
all, I never. They are lying. I've never done that.
You too late now.
And
It's already
I make
recorded.
them wrestle. I ain't fight for food. You said fight for food. And they grown now. They 20 and 19.
Well, still.
They survived.
And
Hey, they killed the other ones.
I
This is separate bed. I swear they was in the same bed.
That's where your man was at. Where was your man at?
I don't know, maybe because I think no. You know, they trying to make him gay. They was trying to make him gay, something like that.
Yeah,
I think that's what it was.
Like,
it was something like that. Then. If they weren't gay, they was trying to make him gay.
You had a whole thing and you
Yeah,
were
they
already.
trying to
I
make
think
him
it's
gay.
like
Saying that's why
last
they
year,
were
a
staying
couple
with
years
each
ago,
other.
they trying to say
Last year?
it was either last year or the year
We
before.
don't
They
watch
trying to
it.
make
We
him
watch it
gay.
now.
Yeah.
Kids still watch it.
They trying to make him gay.
Street.
Well,
You.
no,
They still have it on.
Oh, okay.
Well, if I moved on Sesame
How
Street,
you
you know who
know?
my neighbor would be? It'd be a count.
And I think they still do shows too.
They still do
I
shows.
said I don't watch.
They gonna have a new puppet with
Autism,
The-
right?
not autism. The parents are drug addicts, so it could relate to kids nowadays. You get what I'm saying?
My mom has the pipe, Ernie. I was like,
Y'all better filter what y'all kids want.
They might as well do it.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle show.
Dave showed it. He did one like that.
That's a show kid. Okay.
Talking about, yeah, you know, we must want to open it up. Yeah, the count would be mine because I like the count.
Who did they say?
Stephanie said Elmo.
No, you.
That was so nice.
What's that
Yeah.
one? What's what? Oscar the Grouch? That's one of the trash can. What's one of the trash can? The
Oscar.
crib. Yeah, he talks shit. I like him. I wouldn't be like, hey, fuck you,
Y'all look like
Hey, I'll take mine back. I'm on Oscar. Because
I
I forgot all about him. Okay, I'll keep the count.
Yeah, good morning, black motherfucker.
Y'all be like, oh. That's all this one here. Like, he just wake you up in the morning like, good morning, Randy. I'm like, do you want to get sucked?
Hey, you crazy, Cal.
Elmo
That was a
a good
joke.
one.
Anybody else? Nowhere else?
Everybody.
All right, Cookie Monster.
I ain't never watched
they
Sesame
quiet in there.
I know they're quiet back here. Y'all don't like Sesame Street?
Huh?
Does it have to be a puppet?
Yeah.
Guest star?
No, I'm talking about Maria. She was fired back in the day.
Who's Maria?
Oh, yeah, she was one of the women.
Yeah.
Oh, we know what his man was.
You got two for Cookie Monster. by the way.
Two Cookie Monster.
I say Elmo.
Elmo.
Elmo dope.
Elmo, like he'll getting on my nerves, man.
No,
about
because
you?
he had a nice house.
I forgot. I mean, I know that now that she's saying it.
Yeah, Elmo?
We need more. We need
Like a little kid, just kick him out of nowhere, like, hey, everybody look over there. Okay, I got a good one for y'all. Would you rather be with the internet, without the internet for a week, or without your cell phone?
It's the same thing.
Right.
To a point.
I'd rather be without the internet.
Because you can text, so I ain't got internet. I can text.
Need my phone.
Cell phone.
I'd rather be without my phone.
Yeah.
I need internet.
So everybody is
I need
without
my
your phone.
I can't live
No,
without
without
it.
the internet.
I
I
can
need
be
my
without the
Do they
phone.
still have payphones? No, they don't.
No,
Nope.
not no more.
Be out of luck.
You can call somebody
So
on
I have
the
to use
internet.
my
I
phone.
don't need my phone.
Yeah, sure. I need to watch YouTube, me, my baby, and my baby. You watch on the computer.
Yeah, I need the internet.
Dang it, we at that point where we can't live without the
Yes.
internet?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody agree?
Not
I
me.
can
I can live without the
Oh,
internet.
y'all think
I
y'all
don't know.
can until it comes to
Shit.
paying
I don't
bills.
know.
If you don't have no phone,
Well,
you got
yeah, because I
I
feel
need
my
the
bills
internet.
online.
I lost my phone.
So you ain't
Yeah.
gonna be without both of them if you're not at home. Because you can't use the internet without a phone.
But I'm saying, if we still got the internet, I go old school. If I need to go somewhere, I can print off the map test. You know what I'm saying? Turn left here. So internet still work in a sense.
I stay home doing that motherfucker. Like that going to work for
What happens when you get lost on that road?
I'm lost.
You gotta ask.
I don't think they even have apps no more.
I'm good for a week.
I'll chill.
That's true. Shoot, I don't know. Mo, did you use GPS a lot when you were driving? Maps? I wouldn't even know. I ain't gonna lie to you. I know this sounds real sad. I think I would really be lost if I had to use a map.
Me too.
I'll figure it out eventually. I'll just be
Like,
lost.
I'll be like, God.
God is good to make GPSs around the time.
Tosh, you know, I'll be looking at them. I'm like, God.
Yeah.
It'd be fun. I'll really be throwing a temper tantrum. Nobody better be able to go with me. Like, Randy, where we at? Like, hey, man,
I'm saying, how long has GPS been around?
ain't that a dumb question? Ain't that stupid when somebody asks you something that you trying to look for the answer they ask you if you know it? You know that's irritating. Like somebody asks like, that's 2 plus 2, you trying to figure it out like, that's 2 plus 2.
first 13
I couldn't use a map.
The first
I think the last time I used a saw map, I think I was probably about 6.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang.
Now we know where to start. You already
37. Dang, dog. I feel bad. I feel stupid.
If the apocalypse happened, I would be lost out here.
Oh, shoot, I'm already.
I would have to look for things. I'm like, where Coney Island? Where Coney time? To find out where I'm at. Yeah, like, I mean, I'm gonna say like if we was like Mad Max.
Why do you want to come?
You can't go to Coney. Apocalypse, where the Coney
What I'm talking about, it was like, I'm talking about like Mad Max, and then, you know, we had to look for like buildings and stuff. Like, where the Renaissance? Because you know when you're at Coney, you're in Hayes at 7. That's an East Side thing. East Side, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like West Side, like what would be a West Side? Like where's Showgirls?
That's the only thing I thought of when I was thinking West Side. Like,
Right.
Westland.
You know, okay. I got this is the last icebreaker. Then we gonna do a hell yes, hell no. Okay? Hell yes, hell no. What do you think the secret of life is? I like that question. That's pretty good.
The secret of life.
Damn, that's too deep, man.
Who you texting?
No, I'm looking at it.
It's just a thing.
Like, all right, boo.
Not one thing. You're okay.
Everybody think they know what the secret of life is?
Love and laughter.
Love and laughter. I agree with love and laughing.
You said what was it?
Feeding yourself.
Defeating yourself.
Mm,
Okay, that's kind
I
of
like that one. Mine's kind of close. Mine would be knowing who you are.
I like that one too.
Meaning of life.
Well, we're going to do that. You know, we're going to come back to that one. I like that one. That's a deep question. Dom, I don't want her in the front row next time we do this.
Why?
I know why she do this. I know why she scared you from Jordan down.
Sitting there.
Just say die.
You ever seen the movie called Electra?
She just sitting there, man.
I think she about to pull out a knife.
I got you.
Hey, y'all call me after.
She get in the car, like, they in the car, like, I just swear, like, Jordan, they in the car. Jordan, like, so where we going now?
Did you ever disrespect me?
You got your follow go. You go to the comments, see anybody else say anything.
Anybody, right now, key to life, you see anything on there?
Carlos said, not caring what people think and doing whatever it is you love. So that's what scares me. I was gonna say doing what you love, but some people are perverts and they love touching kids. I was like,
And yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta be careful with that. That's a loaded gun. Rape a dog?
Wait.
That's a good one.
Rape a dog. That's what somebody loves. Somebody out there love that. I want to do everything I want. You gotta keep a key on Pandora's box. Don't start going people crazy, man. Okay, let's do a hell yes, hell no. All right, cool beans. Okay? Just recently, shout out to my boy Pops. I know we talked about him, John Witherspoon. Knowing that he's from Detroit, I know we brought up this question before. One of the things that a lot of people that leave Detroit say about Detroit is that they do not support local talent in any aspect of Detroit. This is, pulling it up last time. Do you think that's actually true when it comes to Detroit itself, that the people here, the citizens, don't really support the local talent, no matter what it is, whether it's sports, business, anything else? Would you say hell yes or hell no? How many hell yes?
Hell yeah. I'll say
hell no.
So, and it's another thing, like, even with music, like, Detroit has their own sound. Like, you don't see nobody that sound like T Grizzly, Blade Icewood, that's global, you know what I mean? But it's like, but everybody come from Detroit, they sound like everybody else. They got Big Sean, Eminem, they sound like everybody else that could be from New York or wherever. But like the Detroit sound, like I said, T Grizzly was the first person who made it big on his own with that Detroit sound. So I feel like even with Eminem, he could have had, he could have supported that sound. We could have that Detroit sound. You know what I mean? But like I do believe that we don't support our own, because like I said, that Detroit sound is so unique and just so, you know, it's so gritty, and I like it, but it's like it's not supported by our own, so nobody else is gonna support it.
You know, and when I think about, I just don't think about rap. I think that's a lot of things that people just come into it talking about rap. I don't care less about that. But I'm just talking about period. I'm talking about, I know people that started businesses, you know, whether it be like, take salons.
Yeah.
They ain't getting the support here, but they go to other states and they clean it up. You know what I'm saying? Or that's what I'm talking about. Like most of the time, like you just like it seemed like you get it home, but I guess maybe you think other people would say that from the place they come from if they move out of there too.
Yeah.
I said no because
I think it's anywhere.
Yeah, I think it's anywhere.
Just because we don't know or hear about it.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think like if you take the Lions for example, they are a losing team, bro. But when I say we get so many fans coming in there, like going hard, buying all this stuff, ordering their stuff, people out of state that came from Detroit still ordering their stuff. That's what I mean. I think it depends on what it is. My experience has been trying to support some Detroit businesses is they've been unprofessional. Their services haven't been the best when you're going in to interact with them. And I think sometimes it's true that they're not getting supported, and then sometimes it's hard to support them at times because you get a bad taste and you be like, okay, that's straight. I'm straight on that. Because I'm not getting customer service that I think should get. But then you get upset because your business is not being supported. But you gotta, even if it's not the owner, like know your employees enough to say, this is the representation of my business. To lend that support. My niece had an incident recently. Hung up on it. Didn't get her money. I mean, she finally got her money back. But like, what do you want me to do about your food being wrong? And she's allergic to mushrooms. And it's like, to me, I'm like, that's crazy. But then y'all will get upset because people go on other places to give their money out.
Yep.
Sometimes that sounds like besides local, that also sounds like some black businesses too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's true. Sad.
It is.
I agree with that. I think where I didn't came into that, it's McDonald's on Linwood and Davison that is so horrible. I go in the first of all, you know, I'm sad that you say Linwood and Davison. Like, oh, like what you think? But you get over there. First of all, you know, you get to the window, you know, like it just stare at me. I'm like, you don't tell me the hello? You don't tell me the total or something? Like, yeah. I'm like, hey, how you doing today? $4.93. I'm like, whoo, jeez, man. Just make you want to pistol whip somebody. I mean, you make you really want to be angry with people. Cause it do it. I hate people that give you bad service, man. It's the worst thing ever. I done broke my own rule. And anyway, I said it. Anyway. So everybody pretty much saying, yes, they think that's true. Goodness gracious. I turned my phone off.
Oh shit, you talking about me?
I know, I messed up. I don't understand. There we go. I turned it off. You jumped back on.
We need to talk about hypocrites next.
Lions lost.
Yeah, well, it's right. Hey, we still support him.
Let's go Lions.
Hey, it is what it is. But next question. Do you think that money-wise, and I know that's like sometimes I've heard people say that money is the main reason people break up relationships. Well, they say it's the number one thing, money, for the most part. Everything's gonna stem around money. Can you be with somebody with a credit score lower than 500? Hell yes or hell no?
Hell yes.
Yeah.
What age?
But,
That's so important. So they can pull it up. That's what I'm saying. They can pull it up. If you're 40, you gotta go ahead. You work on that your damn self. 21, 22, I can rock with it.
Hey, you can't be 60. I got a negative 440. Still in rice.
40 not even old. Like, I don't think 40 is old, and you still can, in a matter of.
I would say him no too.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
You can get credit at 18.
Right.
So you telling me what's that, 22 years?
But some people
You've
go
been
up,
fucking
some
this
people
credit up?
go and they don't even, they've never had credit.
Oh, yeah,
in the
that's
first
true.
place.
And it
And
depends
that's-
on the history.
Yeah.
Some people.
But that was somebody just irresponsible. Like if you done filed bankruptcy 8 times,
Well, yeah, I can see
that means you are
That's
just
something different.
bad
You
with
didn't say
money.
that.
Like I just filed a bankruptcy. You know, sure, it's my 10th one. I'm gonna fall off when I'm like 76. You know, shoot. I'm
That's
still
when you
getting
need
it.
to hire an accountant or something.
Yeah, something like that. Like, you know, I'm bad. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
I have that person.
Shoot, man, this gas bill $300. Nails. Nails, girl. This is a rule of thumb. I ain't trying to be funny. This may not be the women here. But one time I had a girl. And I'm like, hey, babe, go fill up your tank. Give her $50, right? That $50 ain't never going to the girl's tank.
It's all right.
It ain't going to the tank. I just realized that. So I came back here, and she got a small car. She had a small car. You know, I'm like, man, you can spit in the tank and it be full. Full. I'm like, what happened to the 50? I see it's still right there on E, like struggling. I'm like, what you doing with the 50? Well, I had to stop and get me, first of all, women will eat. That's number one. That's number one. You gotta give me something to eat. I had to get something to eat. Like, what did you get? The lobster or something? And I put 10 in the tank. 10
We
going
gonna
in the
put
tank.
enough in the tank, but we good. Don't
Yeah.
put enough in the
But
tank.
I need some gas bills.
I'm telling you, that's a girl I had to like 50. Girl, fuck it. Go ahead.
Put 10 in there, keep falling.
You know what they talking about? Applebee's.
And I got them dollar drinks.
Is this the special? Like, girl, you put it in the tank. Y'all put the gas in the
Girl,
tank.
I'm gonna drink real
Go
quick.
up there.
I'm 40.
At least y'all tell the truth. I know that's not getting true. I've yet to see a woman put it all
It
in
ain't
the
gonna
tank.
happen.
Like,
Oh,
girl,
me. I keep mine on full.
I get you, baby.
We don't say you don't keep it on full. We said when your man give you $50,
You
like
feel
put that
take
whole
up.
Oh, I
thing.
will.
Are you in?
I'll put the whole. I'll put whatever I gotta put in there to make sure. It's
You the only one. Cause I'm
Women will
Please, women, raise your hand.
pray on the tank.
I ain't know.
Yeah, like, please, you know, so please, thank you.
You ever been in a, you ever drove, you know, I know this is like a little bit off, but you ever been in a car with a woman
I will never run out
and
of gas.
driving with a woman and see the gas station? See, I'm a gas person. And I'm looking at the gas station, she driving, and I'm like, I know I ain't the only one, please tell me.
Well, that's because when you know your car, you gotta know your car.
Women do ever worry about gas. I know, man, I'm always looking at gas. Oh, if I get to half, it's just a little bit below half. I'm like, man, I gotta get some gas. Women, like you said, it will flow. Like you said, 8 miles. That jump, it will stop. You know what's bad? When it even got the mileage up there, it's got 2 low lines. I'm like,
Any moment, this
I'm like, hey, just hey, can you just hey, go to this gas station. Are we all right? Trust me, I know my car. I'm like, we gotta go 10 miles. We gotta go 10 miles.
No, that's a
We gotta go 10 miles, bro. Pull this car
I
over.
can't go below 3/4.
I be so scared, man. Women are dangerous. Women dangerous when it comes to gas.
I get to 10 miles.
I see women go to Seal Point. Almost on E. Like,
You just don't know what to do with your gas. That's why you need. You don't know what to do with your gas. Us know what to do with our gas. We gotta get our gas now. We gotta get our gas now. Gonna be good.
car, and I be just so scared. Yeah, it ain't nothing worse than driving a woman on E or driving with a woman, period. Because women drive aggressive. Ain't no more aggressive driving than women, man.
No, wait.
Okay, fine then. Hell yes, hell no. Women are worse drivers than men. Hell yes, hell no.
Hell no. The George drive. Feet to the metal.
No, women drive based on their emotions. I'm telling you.
George didn't drive fast. The George didn't
Hey,
drive
I'm
crazy.
telling you. No, this women. If you get mad, women go by what the radio playing and how they feel.
No, that's the guys go by the radio with whatever they
I ain't
listen
gonna lie, that's
to.
me too. That's me too. Cause I'm put that cheesy on.
Wait a minute.
That's you
We're not saying that we don't drive in our music, but we're saying that y'all drive worse than us because y'all
Yes.
drive fast, period.
Women,
Now,
no.
I think I ain't wrong with you.
Oh, I drive
I ain't wrong with
control.
you.
Oh, Jesus.
And
Oh, no. Do I drive bad?
I ain't wrong with you.
No, you don't.
That ain't you.
You drive fast.
I drive fast, my
That's what I'm
self-control.
saying. You drive
That's
fast.
not a bad thing, though.
No, it is.
It is. You can slip.
Hold on. I drive
Oh,
fast.
I don't ride nobody behind. I ride nobody behind.
As long as you don't ask
Men are
me, that's
more
fine.
aggressive.
Do I ride people behind?
We ain't say you right behind, but you do drive fast. That's what he's saying. Do he
This how women drive.
Do he not drive fast?
But you feel safe though. You feel safe.
Hey, would you hurry up? Hey, would you hurry up?
I wish I had a glass bottle throw at your
God, what the F? What the F? I'm like, bro,
Or
it's
the
a real life.
movement be like,
Why he stopping? That's so stupid. Why he stopping?
It's a real life, baby.
And then get next up to it. What would do on the? What the is wrong with you? What the wrong with you? And I just be sitting there like, dog. She trying to
I ain't that bold. Road rage now.
Are you putting up a
Women know they do that. And I'm telling you, let this all be on. Oh, don't let it be like they had a bad day. Woo! That's right. Oh man, this the worst. Negative style. Fucking up down when you popping on that ass. That's the fucking
I got another word.
Picking up the kids.
What do you drive?
For me, I be playing classical music. I be playing Beethoven.
Really? What about tank? You play tank?
Oh yeah, I play tank.
You be playing tank?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, I forgot about
Oh,
Speaking of tank, we got a discussion. No, wait. Speaking of tank, we got a discussion. We got a discussion. So, what on tank? Because I gotta make sure I say this right. So, if you're with your significant other, you're a significant other woman, you a man, and they want to put their finger in your butt, are you gay?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. What's your answer, Jordan?
I'm gonna say this again.
What's your answer, Jordan?
I'm gonna say
Wait
this
a minute.
What? Hold on. What's your answer, Jordan? Excuse me.
again.
Okay.
If you doing something in your relationship with your woman, that's your relationship with your woman. If you're not doing nothing with a man, you are not gay. The definition of being gay is doing something with a man, right?
Okay.
Doing something with the same sex.
If she strap on the dildo,
That nigga.
I should have this.
We got a question. Hey, you got a question in the back. What'd you say?
if she strapped on a dildo, is that the same thing?
That's a dick. You can't defend the dick.
Again,
That's a
so
whole
listen,
dick,
listen.
bro.
To me personally,
Like,
yes,
you ready
that's
for this
gay.
tonight?
It's gay.
Yeah.
But
I'm like,
again,
that's wrong.
being objective, whatever you do with your wife or your significant other is what y'all do. If you are not with the same sex, it's not technically
Question.
gay.
Okay, I'll take that.
But the dildo is that's a part of a man. That's a part of a man.
That's all
So
I'm saying. If you're not doing something with the opposite sex, with the same sex, it's
Yeah.
you're not gay.
Yeah, as long as another guy don't come in the room like, hey,
Wait, question. I just got to ask. Are we talking about putting a finger up a man's ass? What are we doing?
Nothing. No, ain't no finger on my ass.
Yeah.
You talking about a man getting a finger up their ass?
Yeah.
My man?
Yeah.
I think
Come
it's
on, you doing
gay.
it.
She said, my
I
man.
think it's gay.
I'm like, right. What man want to be penetrated like that?
I don't know.
exactly.
Tell me.
Yeah,
I don't want to be penetrated like
I don't know,
that.
because what I will say is, like, if you think about it, some people are freakier than others. So they have other limits. Like, they have, like, if you go to the sex store, they have anal beads. And if you know your body, you have certain pleasures that you like.
There's a fine between, you know what I'm saying,
He been
being
in jail.
freaky and being gay.
I don't know.
That's just like,
okay,
just like what Tank was like.
What's the definition of gay?
Just like what Tank said. Just like what Tank said. Look, just like like what Tank said. If somebody suck a dick and they don't like it, they ain't gay. I'm like, nigga, you
No,
gay.
that is gay.
That's
But I'm
gay.
saying, what's the definition of gay?
He said
thought
if a guy suck a dick and he don't like it, he not gay.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing.
I wasn't trying to say shit. I can't do this no more.
I got pause. I got you.
There you go, Paul. This shit getting beyond.
Right.
You can't put sense with that. You ain't
agree with that.
confused, and they ain't about to be confused with bullshit. That's called semantics. You lie, I won't say nothing. Don't put your finger in my ass.
I agree. I think anything that takes you outside of manliness is
Thank
There you
you.
go. Okay.
Like,
I
You
don't
said don't
think.
put
That shit is crazy. You gonna tell me if you put it on your mouth, you don't like it? This ain't P.F. James, motherfucker. This ain't.
This ain't. I don't like this excuse for this.
Okay, hold on. Can I bring this
You
in?
go get a receipt back.
Hold on. What if somebody was molested?
That's different. That's forceful. That's
You
forceful.
can't control you get molested. You can't control that. You a child.
Yeah, like, you know, I had a woman rape me. She laid me down on the bed and just started riding me like crazy, and I was crying.
That's not funny. We shouldn't look at it like that.
My goodness.
Stop! Stop!
I got molested too. I think it's funny.
Stop! Stop! Oh, you hear me? Stop! And I was called. It's a.
Get off of me. Stop riding that cock. That's his own.
So,
No, it did happen. Ricochet happened.
hey, E, what were you?
My cousin Angie told me one time. You remember when Angie was in the kitchen? You remember we was in the kitchen and Angie was like, "What happened if somebody gave you some medicine to keep you on the hard and they were raping you?"
right.
I was like, "What kind of joke is that?"
Well,
Oh, well, sorry.
I'm like, y'all wasn't saying it didn't happen. I just said this is how you deal with your situation.
Oh yeah, no fingers, no nothing. I don't want nothing that's gonna be. I don't know about Tank. Tank on some other stuff. I think Tank is gay, and he's scared to admit it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's my thing. If, you know what I'm saying?
I think
Admit it.
you're
You know what I mean? If like, hey, if you're gay and we're around each other, we can, coexist.
You like that guy for great
like, you know what I mean? He can't come with my crib and we,
The undercover.
Yeah.
So if somebody's gay,
He
they can't
married.
be cool.
No, we can be cool, but you know what I'm saying? It can't be to a point where like, hey, you come on the crib by yourself, or you know what I mean?
I can't come to the crib.
No, he can't lay on my
You're
house.
not okay with your. Wow.
Well, I mean, what happened if he started talking about he got medication he take?
Or
And then
something.
he's sitting back
or
like,
even touching the
you
wrong
got your
way.
drink. When you leave up, he puts something in your drink.
wait a minute.
I'll break it down. Look, Jordan, look.
Why
So
y'all thinking
we
that's
cool. I
not
can do
dark
this.
and negative
What if I'm
about
gay?
it?
I can do this.
Because people crazy. That's the day we live in. People crazy.
Yo, he
Look.
They going left with
This
it.
whole show, I grabbed Jordan, touched around, said, "Jordan, I'm gay." He was like, "No, big difference. It's a big difference."
No, I ain't got no problem. I mean, it's your business.
I don't have no problem with it. You know what
I think it's probably the
My best
limit.
friend is
No, you know what I mean. You can draw that boundary. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you know what I'm saying, those.
Why they gotta be so broad with it? You know, like
Hey.
he say, hey, you know, I like doing this in the bedroom, but because I like doing this goes for all men. Which means across the board, it's cool. Why it just can't be? Hey, that's what you like.
That's your thing.
Yeah.
Why you can't just come out and say this is what you like?
And that's
And it's funny that you just said that, and you just went into the first topic that I
what
got
you
for
like ain't
tonight.
what I like, and
So
that's
that's
the
cool,
end of it.
baby.
That's where it starts. I don't
And
care
that's-
what you do.
And
Let's
that's
go
cool.
be
And that's the
broad.
topic that we got. That's the topic we got. Our very first topic is what goes on in the bedroom. Should it stay in the bedroom? Do people tell too much of their secrets?
Sometimes people do.
Do you? So that is the topic. You know, we just being honest. Do people? I'm just saying, like to a point. I think we live in like such a society now where everybody wants everybody to know every damn thing.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like, why you just can't be like you said? Why can't look? You like doing that in your bedroom? Hey, just keep it to yourself. You ain't got you. I don't like nobody trying to force something on me. Like, man, this is what everybody should do because I do it. Like,
People, but yeah, I think about some people don't want to feel like they're singled out. Like, let's just say, even with Tank, like he likes to do certain things, so he want to feel like, well, hey, since I like sucking dick, maybe it's not catching. Who else like to suck dick? You know what I'm saying?
to me, that means that he's looking for
So for somebody to confirm that, hey, that's not gay because they do it too,
Yeah.
and they not gay.
and then you doing it for wrong
So-
reason. Then.
No. It's just
He's
a
not gay.
conversation.
Who?
I mean, I don't know if he
Tank's gay. But
He's not.
The conversation he was saying basically a black man should be able to explore his sexuality.
He's
I
gay.
don't think he said.
That's a statement
Yeah, that's
for
okay.
somebody
Yeah.
that's gay.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that.
I
He
agree with
said
that.
he was gay. That's all I'm saying. I
Yeah.
don't know.
He's fighting it.
I mean,
I mean, I'm just being
Ain't
honest.
nothing wrong, like, ain't nothing wrong, ain't nothing wrong with being gay. I'm not saying there's something wrong with being gay, but don't take your sexual preference or, like I said, what you do in the bedroom and spring on somebody else saying, hey, well, since I do this, you should do it because, hey, I'm not gay. This don't make you gay.
I'm saying, did he say that? He
No.
didn't say that anywhere.
No, I'm not.
No, he's saying that he feels that everybody, he feels that black men, are not allowed to explore their sexuality.
Yeah.
I'm like, what you mean explore my sexuality? I like women. I mean, what else is to explore? You mean explore women? Or you mean that you want to be able to explore women and explore men? I mean, that's your business. It's like, you ain't got to try to tell me. I feel like when you start saying stuff over and over again, you ain't trying to force people to believe you. You trying to force yourself to believe it. It's like, I'm going to say it over and over again until I start believing it. Like, I think I can. It's just like the little engine theory. I think I can. I suck a dick. Nigga, now, they're going to force you now to where you think that you're going to, you know, that you're trying to, you know, I'm not gay. Like, bruh, just do, you know, do you. You know what I'm saying?
Have you heard about the Malik Yoba? Yes, that.
Yeah.
About him,
He just came out. He like
He
trans.
yeah,
Trending,
basically
trending.
he'll sleep with a trans woman.
Yeah.
So he
who's
still
the guy?
think he like
Who's the
still
guy here?
straight. Is that?
Yeah.
okay.
He
People
not.
ain't gonna confuse
He
me.
not.
He's gay.
Gay.
People will not.
You say he's not
He,
gay,
that's what he's saying. He's not. But he.
but it's like you
he
like
is.
trans.
But he is. But that's the
thing. If it's not a vagina, he's gay. That's how
It's not,
But I mean,
it is a
it's a vagina.
All of
The
them
doctors
don't have
constructed
vaginas though. All of them still have their.
I don't want a doctor reconstructed vagina that was made.
Yeah,
from
that's
a
what I'm
man
saying. But that's
to
what
make
he
him feel
believes. He's
better.
like, okay, if it's a vagina,
But they got
vagina.
If he can't bleed once a month,
gotta
he
be born
is
with it.
not a woman.
You're born with kids.
Like, it just gotta be cut and dry. You know what I mean?
You can't squeeze kids out that urethra. You
No,
are
they
not a
trying to
woman.
now.
Nasty pervert guy.
I mean, I think, you know, it is, I don't want to call it an agenda, but for the most part, they're trying to, they're trying to demasculate men to the extent where, I mean, I don't want to talk about the homosexuality thing, but even me growing up, like, we saw homosexuality as a thing that, you know, we used to make fun of it. Like, it was a no-no. But then now we have to, I mean, and it's fine, we have to respect it for what it is, but I think they're pushing that agenda on us to, like, accept too many things, so the boundaries are now becoming blurred. Like, so now your boy can play with Barbie dolls, or your girl can play with hammers and stuff. So I think, even you're talking about the relationship, a man and a woman, I think a man should physically, emotionally, in every aspect be a man. And a woman should, in every aspect, be a woman. So I don't think it's correct if my wife is beating me up like a man, or raising her voice to it. So I want my woman to be a woman with feminine features. I don't need her to, you know, beat me up, or even, I shouldn't have that thought. But at the same time, I shouldn't feel as if I should impose myself as a man physically and beat her up either. So, because that's not manliness either. But I think with this whole, you know, homosexuality thing is they're trying to blur the line. So a lot of men aren't men today. They don't take care of their responsibilities. They're feminine in a lot of a sense because the way they're emotional in some aspects, which is okay. But all I'm saying is we just have to be aware of these things. So
I agree with everything you just said. I agree with every single thing you just said. I think that's and because I do agree. I think what happened is that that song Blurred Lines. I think that all these lines that got blurred because you got so many things going on now with the family structure. I think that was the first structure that got hit hard. Right, let's attack the family structure. And when you got people being jealous of each other, you got men being jealous of women being jealous of the man, and it's like, why are you being jealous when, you know, it's like y'all both bring this great quality to the world that you're supposed to be. You should have to be jealous of that. I should be like, I don't want, like you said, I want my woman to be a woman. That's it. Be a woman. Be a woman. That's all I want you to do. I'm not going to try to make you be less of a woman. I want you to be proud to be a woman. I love the fact, I love women. I don't know, why would you love a woman? You know what I'm saying? And I like being a man. And I think what's going on is that so many people are, it's such a mass confusion being thrown out there now. And when you're trying to force, and I don't like it when it starts with the kids. Because that's where it started with everything. Start with the kids because kids are these like gentle minds that you can implant anything into because they blank slates. It's harder to get me to believe, us maybe to believe because some of us might be more, okay, I can agree with that. And then you got some like, no. I am believing that because I'm like somebody like you ain't gonna tell me nothing. Like nobody gonna come to me saying, look, I felt like I was I'm a man like you, 6'3", 280 pounds, muscle structure, penis, balls, and you gonna tell me I got this itching feeling inside of me that I'm supposed to be a woman. I'm like, no, you're not. And then you're not gonna tell me that I think. Because I'm a woman, I should compete with women. Because that's what's happening now. See, women is screwed up. They co-signed on this, some women, not all women, have co-signed on these ideals, and now look what happens. You're going to have these guys going to sports like MMA, boxing, basketball. I guarantee in the next 2 years, I put money on it. You're going to see women dunking all over the WNBA. You want to know why? Because they're going to be men. There's going to be Joanna men all over WNBA. Dunking and doing everything else because we gave into this stupid philosophy. Like, yeah, they might be born to be that way. Like, no, it's not. Like, I don't think no man should be competing against no woman. Because now you're going to have records. Like, I'm a big track person. So, FloJo is an incredible person to me. She done went faster than any woman in history. A man is about to get ready to beat her record. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's about to happen. You're going to see this. And this is the thing. When you open up Pandora's box, you have no control what comes out of it. That's my belief. I'm sorry I'm done with that, so I just think it's crazy. You ain't got nothing else to say because you text.
I ain't texting no.
But okay, and I guess with this next topic is basically about when we talk about relationships. When I talk to most women, and most of the questions we get on the show when it comes to women about relationships is why they can't find a good man. And they feel that most good men just don't exist no more and they've totally just kind of given up on that. And we've come into this new generation of, I think it's sharing.
Oh man, sharing.
Of sharing now. Like where they're willing to share. Like you could do this, but I will be with you as long, because I want to be able to have somebody.
It's some women out here like that. That is so.
So I guess with that topic, do you think sharing is caring?
No, because I feel like that was a good.
But you know what else too? What's my man name? Jediah? Jediah?
Oh,
he said
monogamous relationship.
He kind of was in it too, talking about how his heart was broken when he saw a woman that he was with banging this guy. But he wanted to have her at the same time, and I'm like,
I'm not sharing.
That's stupid though.
If I'm with somebody, I'm not sharing you. First of all, we committed. We're gonna be committed. You're not be out here. Then this is what I don't like right here. I don't like when a woman knows a man is in a relationship, and just because he choose somebody else, and then she still want to screw that man, and you know that he's in a relationship, and you see the woman that he's with, and you in her face. I don't like that. I feel like women need to start respecting themselves more, and if a man move on, he got somebody else, then you need to move on. You're like, why you? Because clearly he don't look you as nothing but a sex object. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't pick you to be his woman. He picked somebody else that came along. He might have been screwing you before the person came along, but guess what? He picked her. He didn't pick you. So you need to move on. Lift your head up. Like they have I feel like some women have low self-esteem, and they feel that's all they can do is just, I'm gonna hold on to him because at least he giving me sex. That's all. You can get dick from anybody. I'm just gonna be real. Like that's all. That's what he giving you. That's all you worry. A wet one. You can get wet anywhere.
Wet one.
You can get wet anywhere. I'm just saying.
Like a wet dick.
I'm just saying. You can get wet anywhere. I'm just saying. So you should move on. Like I feel like. That's one of my pet peeves. I don't like that. I just don't like that. I feel like you should move on. Move on. There's plenty of men out here.
So
Move
I
on.
say one thing.
Go ahead.
So for me, I actually believe in polygamy. So a man with multiple wives. So I think it's not about a respect thing. It's about, the relationship. So not every man, not every man can get the relationship of one woman, for example. So even, let's say you get married, you're still trying to earn the respect of your one wife. However, not all men can do that. So, but there are some men who can get the respect of multiple women. So if he's responsible, if he's caring, if he takes care of the bills, the children, and stuff like that, then she respects the man. He has earned her respect, and maybe out of his desires outside of the relationship, and he takes on another co-wife or whatever. I think that's a more respectable thing instead of what you're mentioning when if he's cheating on her. So for me, I think it's not necessarily about respect. Maybe the girl has some respect issues or where she doesn't believe in herself. That's separate to the fact that I do believe you can have a successful polygamous marriage. However, I don't think a man sharing a woman with another man, I think that's different.
Question for that. So it's okay for a man to have two women in the house?
I believe so.
Oh, but it's not okay for a woman to have two husbands. Why?
I mean, if even if you look at it physiologically, all right. So now, yes, we have DNA tests, right? But back then, or even naturally, if a man has two women, at least the child will know that that's my father. But if a woman has two or three men, the child will be fatherless. I mean, he won't know who his roots come from, essentially. So that's just from a physiological standpoint.
But the woman,
right.
Okay, so you got two women. But their kids gonna have, I'm carrying your child, and then she's carrying your child.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So what's the difference if a woman got two men,
right.
and one get her pregnant one time, and the other one get her pregnant another time?
I mean,
right. You don't know who the father is. What's the problem?
Right. And you don't know who the father is?
No, right. You will know who the father is. Because, hey, me and this one going to have a baby first.
No,
and
but
then me and this one going to have a baby.
That's,
and they will know who the daddy is.
No, that's if you decide that you're not going to sleep with the wife for the next 9 months or however. So because the thing is, a woman, if two women has one man, then he can sleep with her at any time, and then
they might make her arrangement, because I'm pretty sure in that type of relationship y'all have arrangements, y'all have rules. Because I didn't watch the shows of people in that type of relationship. Right. They have rules. I have a friend that's in that type of relationship, and they have rules. So it's rules to it. So if you can make rules with two women, you can make rules with two men.
I mean, I'm not trying to convince you.
No, I know you can't convince. I mean, I know, like you can't convince.
No,
but what we were talking about, what we weren't talking about that. What we were speaking on of. If you're in a relationship and another woman is hanging on to that man, then that's what I'm saying. Something wrong with her self-esteem.
Yes.
Yeah, so now, if you go into a relationship where you guys got what you're talking about is two different things.
No, I'm saying that is an issue.
Yeah, that's two different things.
If she's holding on for that love or whatever.
Yeah, that's two
However,
different things.
I am saying that you can have a successful polygamous marriage where respect is a part of that.
Right, that's two different things. Because in a polygamy, y'all both are going in together. That's you guys know what you want. That woman knows she's going in, and what y'all have set up is what we're gonna eventually get another woman. Right. Like I said, I have friends that's in that too, so I understand that. But that's two different things. I got friends. No, I don't share. I'm saying, but what he's saying is, what I was talking about, we brought up was two different things. He's saying going into a polygamy relationship, that's something people do, and that's something that's their lifestyle. Right. That's a different thing. What I'm talking about if a man has a woman, and that woman didn't say, "Oh, you can bring another woman in this relationship." I'm talking about a woman holding on to a man who didn't choose her to be his woman, but she's still screwing around with this man. Where's your self-respect for yourself? Because a man gonna do what he gonna do. A man gonna get that. Period. He's gonna let you, and he's gonna let you give it to him, and he's gonna take it. But you have to have some type of stuff about yourself. Pick who you want for yourself. Pick yourself first.
But what if the man is
I'm not blaming that woman, but you have to take responsibility for yourself.
You trying to fight me?
No, I'm just saying. You for your own shit. You got to respond for your own shit. If I'm fucking somebody, let's be real, and he got a woman, where's my self-esteem and myself to be? No, I'm just sitting here.
I'm glad you said that.
You just sitting here. I'm just saying. We ain't Okay, so I'm saying, where's my self-respect for myself? Because as a woman, just like a man knows for right and wrong, so do a woman. So you already know. Say you mess with this man.
Yeah.
Ready, not using.
No, that's what I'm saying.
You mess with this man for say months. Oh, he pop up. Oh, he dates somebody too. He dates somebody besides you. But then he picked that person over you. You didn't know that, but he comes to tell you, well, I'm in a relationship now. And if you tell him, well, I still want to screw you, I still want to be with you, why are you holding somebody who don't want you? He clearly needs to pick somebody else.
You do want her though. If he keeps
how? Man will hear anything.
I feel like if a man wants
Come on now.
I agree.
No.
If a man will hit everything, why are you with that man?
I agree.
But
That's
it's
your
Be real.
Get this
Be
out.
real.
If a man,
That is
here's a question. If
No.
a man want the first girl, why wouldn't you make her your girlfriend versus this one?
So can I say this? He really don't care about neither one of y'all.
Exactly.
First of all, y'all saying he wants you because he spend most of the time with
Took
you.
the words up right
That's foolish. Y'all putting it on the woman.
That's not what I said.
didn't
You're
know.
not listening. That's not
Oh,
what
y'all
I
going
said.
everywhere with
No,
it.
you're not
She
listening.
said,
I said, you're not
as the
listening.
other woman,
Right.
if I know this man have a relationship and I still want to stick around, why? As a woman,
That's what I
you don't
said.
have no
That's what I'm
self-esteem
saying.
for yourself.
Oh, so
messing
y'all
up that open.
asking about the other woman.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if, remember your question was,
Man
would you
change.
hang around or be with a man knowing that he has a woman?
Yeah.
I'm saying like this, if you know this man and chose somebody else over you, as a woman, I would not, I'm going to speak for myself. As a woman, I'm not going to lynch on to you until give you some
I get
ass.
what you're saying.
And you to pick
Me neither.
somebody
I get what
else.
you're
You
saying.
done already
wait.
told me they want
I
me.
get that part. I get that
If
part.
you gonna screw me because niggas ain't gonna turn down no pussy. I don't care what
They
y'all
don't
say.
shatter
Like, it's not
anyway.
gonna
You
happen.
you didn't choose.
So,
this one.
wait.
I say a lot of them don't. A lot of them don't.
We be turning
That's
down.
what-
A lot of
That's
okay,
what I
a
was
lot
talking
of them
about
don't.
earlier about Tank.
Well, a lot of them don't
People
turn
get
down
emotional, they
coochie.
go broad.
I'm sorry, a lot of them
You
don't.
shouldn't go emotional.
No, I'm saying a lot of them don't turn
If
down
you talk
coochie.
about the paradigm between a man and a woman, you can't go broad. The reason why you can't go broad is because there's nothing new under the sun. That's why you can't go broad. If you're in a relationship, you and that man have a conversation. And if he in a relationship and you decide to say it's okay for him to do something and vice versa, that's the conversation you have with that
Yeah,
person.
that's
Now the
so
problem is when others get into it.
Yeah,
That's when it
that's so
changes.
different.
See, because you can have an understanding. All I getting the understanding. So if you know, the first scenario you said was you already know he got this person.
Right,
And he
that's
gets
what
you
I'm-
too.
yeah, that's what I'm
But
saying.
wait, now you can't subject him to your subjection, to your confusion. You say you already know he got this. Now you waiting for a choice. See, what happened to dating? What happened to actual court? What happened
That's
to
what I'm
actually
saying.
saying, look, we gonna go out, figure it out. We gonna go out, figure it out. See, what comes in the middle is all the bull. See, because once you start clouding and making up things that's not there, you painted a different picture. Now
No,
emotion comes through, even when you talk about something different, it ain't even the paradigm that's actually in your life. Emotion gets involved. You gotta say, what is we talking about? If we really talking about he courting this lady and this lady, or we talking about she's courting this man and this man? Because your mother and your father always gonna tell you, hey baby, choose, pick, go out here and figure it out. If that's what you're doing at that point in time, the emotions gonna make you say, all right, what he doing to me is wrong. Nah, because he don't know what you're doing. If you saying in that selection, you agreeing to the terms, how can he wrong you for something you agreed to?
That's what I'm. That's
And
not.
the
That's what I'm
other way
saying.
around,
But
the man
I'm
can be
saying
the
the
same way.
woman. I'm not saying that. I'm not talking about the girlfriend and them. His question was. I think y'all missed what he said. He said about a woman still let on to another man when he is in a relationship. That's what he said. And I'm saying, as a woman, I speak for myself. As a woman, you should know your worth. Period. You should know your worth, because a man is not all men. I'm not saying all men, because there's some good men out there, and I'm not saying that. But I'm saying a man will use you if you allow them to. So just like a woman can use a man if a man allow her
Can I say
to.
something?
It goes both ways.
Just to bring it to a clear, there's nothing wrong if there's open communication.
No,
That's what I'm saying. So if it's open communication
Yeah, I
and,
didn't say that.
the girlfriend is not in the dark, like I'm with you. Dating, you not
Dating
tied
is
to no.
different.
No, I know you ain't tied to nobody dating. So even if you become my boyfriend or this person become my boyfriend, and we have an open dialogue where you say, well, I'm still going to, don't leave me in the dark. It comes down to communication between
Yeah, that's different.
But if somebody's in the dark, that's when it comes a little bit like, okay, I don't know what's going on.
That's different.
But yeah, you got to have clear communication. If y'all, you down for doing
you down for whatever, you down for whatever.
Yeah.
So
That's on you.
You ain't just got men and women having relationships. You got women and women having
Yeah,
relationships.
that too.
and
That too.
It's just
That
about. Did we communicate this?
Yeah.
And then once you figure out what the breakdown is,
Right.
are you grown enough, or a man in yourself, a woman in yourself enough for us to have this conversation
Right.
again?
Right.
Because now we got to figure it out. And we don't have to go through nothing crazy. Just figure out where the breakdown comes. And then if I can't continue this way, we gonna go this way amicably. And that's the end of it.
So,
Yeah.
sorry. So, I'm not disagreeing with you. Wallahi, I understand everything you said. Hold
That's
on.
what we're here for.
No, hold on. So, when I say polygamy, I'm talking about taking on a second wife,
Yeah,
or
I
a
know.
third wife. But the way you're talking about it is as if it's just a girlfriend. or a
No,
mistress.
that
Wait, hold on, let me
two
finish.
different things.
No, I know. But the way you're explaining it, this guy has a girl or a wife, and then he's still with you. So you're making it seem as if it's something casual. So I'm not. Okay, fine. So now let's go back to the original question. He said a lot of women are saying that there's not a lot of good men. And then he talked about the idea of man sharing. So let's talk about the math. Just simple math. So let's leave the black community, American community. Let's talk about math around the world. There are far more women in the world than there are men. Far more women in the world than there are men. So if we talk about monogamy, one man to one woman, then what will happen is you'll have a lot of women left over, right? A lot of women left over. No, let's talk about the math. Hold on. So what happens is the woman, she has a few logical choices. Honestly, she's left over. There's not enough men. Hold on, there's not. Hold on, let me finish. There's not enough men to support the surplus of women, right? So the women, they have a few logical choices. It's either she becomes a mistress. It's either she stays by herself, she finds another woman to love, or and I think the most respectable thing is that she becomes a co-wife, right? So it's either she becomes a mistress, she decides to become a nun or a celibate, she says, I'm going to be a mistress or whatever. But I think the most respectable thing is to become a co-wife. So now remember, we talked about that respect. Not all men can earn the respect of one woman. However, if you come across a good man, right? If you come across a good man, he takes care of the woman, he takes care of the responsibility, the finances, blah, blah, blah. And then you let up on the offer of being a co-wife, not a girlfriend.
Co-wife.
You let up on the offer of becoming a co-wife. I think that's a disservice to you.
I'm straight.
Now, I got another one because I want to get to the comments that's out here on the page too. You got some really good ones.
Great
You got some
question.
good ones. It said, Kathy, who just came to church, she said, if she came into the relationship knowing this, then sure. But can a man share his woman?
Of course not. It's
Hell
out of...
no.
No, yes. Why not?
I was bringing up
Share like.
Where's LeBron?
Then me.
Bro, what's your name?
I just played
Randy. So I think it was Randy. He said that men, we were just talking about men and women, the nature of man and woman. So we're different.
If you want to share, we all gonna share.
No, it's not like that. Because, wait.
Bring me one too.
I used to have these conversations when I was 17. Hold on, let me finish. I used to have these conversations when I was 17. So I used to, when I was 17, I remember I said, men and women are equal, but in different aspects. Not in the same things. We're equal, but in different aspects. A man, he can be physically strong. He can lift 300 pounds. But a woman can give birth to a child. That'll kill a man. So we're equal. And she's pregnant. Right. So a man and women, we're equal, but in different ways, in different aspects. So a man, what we look for in a woman, we look for her beauty. Is she going to be a good mother? I mean, can she cook? I'm just being honest. But a woman, she looks at a man, is he responsible? Is he going to take care of me? Is he going to be a good father? So we look for totally different things. So I think it takes a man out of his nature to allow his woman to be with another man. However, a woman, if she has emotional security, financial security, he takes care of the kids, I think she's more than willing to be with a respectable man like that.
No.
Hey,
Not for everyone.
I think I agree with that, and I can tell by the look on Will's face. It's like,
No.
hey, let's let you go, my friend.
It's not for everyone.
They're like, he gotta go. Everybody like, you gotta go.
I hear everything that you're saying. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's what I like about conversations.
Do the math.
We can all have different opinions and be like, hey, we don't agree, but hey, it's still good. And I like I said.
I'm just saying that math
What'd you
makes
say, Marcel?
The
sense.
math. Just look at the math.
That math makes sense.
Listen,
can't-
I just want to give
we can use
Marcel.
help in the
I
house.
want to give Marcel a chance.
Use some help in the
I
house.
want to give Marcel a chance to talk.
I would just say that by the nature of most men, we're too possessive in nature to allow that to happen. And then we also too competitive. I would see that being an issue of two men being in a household
You're
together.
I ain't got
You know,
no
one's
problem.
gonna end up dead at one point. You
I'm
know,
telling you
because
what.
it's always a competition in some way. And then me personally, I would just be way too possessive. Like what you mean?
No,
Guess
man.
what? Women can be like that too.
But when, and
Yeah.
women,
We
and women,
possessive
I think
too.
it goes.
You don't like the
I think it
shit
goes
neither.
both ways. Yeah.
It's fine.
And you saying what?
I ain't got no problem with it.
With a man being with your
Tell you
woman.
why, though. Let me start. I don't have a problem with it, like I said earlier, if communication is established. Because first, you just remember something. Just like you just said about all the women in the room and all this other jazz, let me tell you something. If that's the opportunity to make it, right? That pillar right there, everybody in this room is going to rush toward that pillar. Is that pillar idolatrous now because everybody thought about success and waiting for that pillar? No. What I do want to know is, are you sustaining yourself safely? Are you doing this on a routine, or is this something that you into? Explain what you're doing. Don't come to me with garbage. If you come to me without garbage, and women will tell you the same thing. If you could come to me and say, this is what I'm doing, this is how I feel, I'll let you do it. Because you came to me correct. Now come all the way to correct, don't come at all. Come in peace, go in peace. That's how I feel about it. Because I already don't know what you done in your past. Your past ain't my past. Your past belong to God. It don't belong to me. So everything that's coming in the present and the future depends on how we gonna have this conversation. So if you got a good conversation going on, and then you got some common sense about what you're doing, I can't trust you in the first place. When you walk away, I'm not with you. Rain don't do nothing. Your conversation don't do nothing. But if you can come on at least with this much foot and say, I'm gonna put one foot right here, this is where I'm at with it. I can understand now. Because when you don't have to understand, that's what eats you up more than anything. Why you doing this? That's what comes in. Why? Where this come from? Now, this is why I'm doing this. Because somebody out there going to tell you this, the safe word. The safe word is, I either got messed up in my last relationships, I either got this done to me when I was a child. It's a reason behind why you don't want to be with one dude. It's a reason behind why one dude don't want to be with just one girl. It's a reason. So give me your reason, then let me make my decision. Don't take my decisions away.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
Now I do got
Because what's good for the goose, good for the cat.
Now I got it. Now you know,
That's it.
I know we've been on this for a minute, and we kind of went around the block to get to the corner. But I just want to read some of the comments. Dorothy said, and I kind of believe this. You know, Mom said that my mother said that. She said, I don't believe any man can handle that.
Handle what?
Having another man.
Oh, it's not. I think it takes a lot of character.
I agree with that. I mean, like I said, I agree with it. I agree with it. But I believe the same thing goes for a woman. To a point. I don't think another woman. I don't think nobody, when you're in love and you have put everything into someone that you love, you're going to be able to handle someone else sharing in their love. Who can? Oh, that's all right. I've been with you my whole entire life. We've been through the goods and the bads and the pains and the. By all means, go ahead.
Can I ask a side question?
Mm-hmm.
So is God wrong? Because in the Bible He allowed that, correct?
Thank you.
So you guys are saying God is wrong.
Like this
Depends on your religion or what you
No,
believe.
This is just
In
Christianity.
Christianity,
If we're talking about
Judaism,
Christianity
Islam, all
in the
of it.
Bible, that was okay.
King Solomon had 700. So
So
what I'm
what's God
saying,
wrong?
I'm just talking about
I
the
like
nature.
to say that because it's Old Testament and it's New Testament.
There's no prohibition in Christianity that says you can't have more than one. You know, the idea of monogamy came because of inheritance rights. So this is the only reason why we have monogamy now, because imagine a man has two wives and then you can't give the money to this child but not that child. How much are you going to give? So this is where the institution of monogamy came in place, and then they had to get rid of polygamy.
Right.
So all I'm saying
But
is,
see, I'm not.
Well,
I'm not
keep this in
saying
mind,
God
and
is
this is what I
wrong.
will say this. This is why I will keep it that, because I went Bible, so now I gotta go scripture for y'all.
Hey.
Now, this is what I'm saying. God, in Romans, God says that for everything in the physical, it's an example of in the spiritual. That's why the wedding between a man and a woman, the relationship is a direct example of man's relationship with God. So, do God want you to have more than one God?
of course not.
No.
There you go. That was the end of that one.
That doesn't equate to the relationship between a man and a
It's
woman.
an exact example. If he says a clear example of everything in the physical, it's in the spiritual, and this example of the union between man and woman is the same relationship he has between him and man, he didn't say have more than one God. Matter of fact, he said just the opposite. Have no other God before me.
Does the Bible say anywhere that a man can't have more than one wife?
No,
So we
look,
talking
if you
about wives, right?
no,
I thought we
there's
was talking about
wives.
relations. I thought y'all was talking about.
I feel like
I thought y'all was talking about people. Period. Even just about the
It
sex
just go back to what you.
portion of it.
Nobody's saying if
Just
like he
that's
was
what I'm talking about,
saying.
sex and everything.
Nobody
Yeah,
said
and being in
that's
love,
wrong.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying whatever you believe in,
Yeah.
if you and your mate both agree to do that, that's fine. Everybody's entitled to what it is. Like I'm the type of person. I don't believe in sharing. I don't have that in me to share my husband. I'm sorry. I want my husband with me every single day. I don't want to share it. But if I was open to it and me and my husband had that kind of, hey, do you mind me having another wife? That's different. It's going back to what works for you in your relationship. What the communication.
I think communication was the big one. Everybody got to deal with communication. Everybody was saying
John said.
I didn't say you don't want it.
Nobody said it's wrong. You shouldn't do it, but
If I don't want it, I'm gonna say you know, and I'm gonna keep walking.
yeah, that's it. That's it. I ain't saying you're wrong for doing it. I ain't saying you're right for doing it. I'm saying that's just that's everybody got their preference. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think so.
You're right.
Alright, and it says, I believe if a man... I'll put it like this. If you want to have more than one wife, go do it.
Right.
I ain't your daddy.
Right.
I ain't your daddy. I ain't got time to deal with your life. I got my own life. And if you want to be with no wife, don't be with no wife. I can give two fucks. But no, just in all sense. I mean, everybody, if you...
It's your preference.
Do it, and just make sure that you doing it for you. You ain't doing it trying to prove a point, because if you do it
impose on anybody else,
like there you go. And I think that's where it gotta go. So if you're out there, you're sharing, you're out there sharing a man.
You know what? I'm done.
It's good.
Just make sure the wife
I'm sorry.
Nah, I got that was a good conversation. This is crazy.
I did like that one.
Now, and I don't say I love talking about relationships because it's the one thing I think that everybody likes talking about.
Amen, Brother Randy.
I think where one of the things I love the most about relationships is, and you brought it up too, about past. And we had talked about it just last week. We was talking about the number count. I don't know if y'all saw that episode. Hopefully y'all did see that episode. We was talking about the number count. Doesn't matter. Shotgun, like, hey, how many people you slept with? How many people you slept with? And in the past. But let's get even deeper than that.
Oh, Nicole.
When it comes to past, everything in your past, do you think you need to reveal
No.
just about everything? You saying no quick, but it's some things, I ain't gonna lie, I do want to know. Is it some things that's off limits that you say it happened in my past, don't need to need to tell you about it whatsoever when it comes to a new relationship?
Everybody different.
How do you know the past?
Everybody different. I feel like because, I would want to know.
I want to know if you was
I would wanna know.
crackhead. You might relapse.
So are we talking about in a relationship or like going into a marriage?
Everything, I don't talk about anything like we're going out on a date. I'm talking about long term. If you like long term,
so
shouldn't some things be
I
talked
feel
about?
like this, and like I said, I just go from the experience. Like even like I was brave enough to ask my wife number. She asked my number. But I feel like going into a marriage, I'm gonna share this. We're gonna share everything for the rest of our lives. I need to know. You know what I mean? That's like when I brought up the number last week. I want to know, hey, if your number is 20, I want to know, hey, is this 20 somebody that I know? Is it a cousin or anything? I need to know. Anyway, so
I love Jordan because he be thinking. Jordan be like a shark in the water, waiting for somebody to jump in. Like, I see you.
you want to fight.
You jump in, I'm biting the shit out of you.
But no, my thing is that, like, you know, if we're gonna share a lot together, I want you to be open to me, so I gotta be open with you. It's an open communication, and that's just what
I
it
ain't sharing
is.
nothing. Period.
You ain't sharing nothing.
My dad said, don't open Pandora's box. My dad said, your past is your past.
It's there to go.
If you
That's
feel,
crazy.
but this is the thing though.
So
I feel like
I'm a porn star.
leave me to be free.
What do you see?
Leave a person to be free to be comfortable enough to share things with you. I don't feel like you should go in like, what happened with this, what happened with that. Because inside of you, when you fall in love with somebody, like I'm sure as you and Crystal progress and y'all fell in love with each other and y'all had down the road, y'all learn more and more things about each other, right?
I will say
Share
more.
things. I think that if it does happen, let it happen organically and don't like, oh, what's this? Because some people might not feel
But
comfortable.
I don't want to
sharing.
sit by her. Don't get me wrong. Before we go any further, I don't want to sit by her anymore because when I just said, oh, what happened if she said you was a porn star? She gonna say, well, shoot, you gonna see it.
I didn't say you gonna see. I said
That means your boys probably done seen it. Like,
I'm not gonna grill my wife for everything she did in the past. But like this is important stuff that comes up. I want to discuss. I don't want to be deceived. You know what I mean?
No, I agree.
Like I don't want to say, hey, I want to marry you, and there's some things that I'm gonna know about that could, you know, decide the fate of our marriage. So that's why we need to be open. I don't want to go on our marriage, we're married, and I find out these things that I may like, or some things I'm like, hey, if I would have known this, I would have married you. That's why we gotta have everything in the open.
question to everybody that's in here right now, and even if y'all watching up there, please tell me, do you think it's some things that you should reveal if y'all about to step into that new marriage? Anybody here?
Of course.
As long as you got herpes
Or
or
should
AIDS.
everything be off?
Everything.
Not everything, some things.
I think it's some things you can share.
You think it's a level like I need to share?
Yes.
So,
You need to know if a person was a bad gambler.
oh, absolutely.
You need to know if a person was a drug addict.
They ain't gonna tell you that shit.
Murderer?
Yeah, I just said that to Crystal because you can marry somebody who used to be a freaking mafia killer.
Oh, I'll give you a good
They
example.
gonna tell you that? No, they're not.
Remember in our church, we used to have a True Love, and the guys was coming from the halfway house.
Yes. And
One of these guys,
was a murder.
it was on TV. He murdered every single one of his kids.
Yeah.
And almost killed the wife too.
Yeah.
It took us forever to figure out who we was looking. Me and Matt was both sitting in the same room watching the news. And I was like, man, that's the old boy that was dating a girl in our church.
Yeah.
And the pastor, because a pastor came there and kind of prophesied, I'm like, you need to stop being with him. And we didn't even think about it. I'm like, okay, whatever. Then we saw him on the news. He had, and y'all probably seen it.
I seen it.
It was a pastor. She was the daughter of the pastor of the church. The guy, he killed 2 of the kids was his and 2 of her kids.
Yeah, I seen that.
That was him. He was that's what I'm like.
They let him go?
No, he in
He in
jail.
prison.
He in jail now.
You know.
He just said that's what happened from when stuff started coming out. That's when he went to jail for the first time.
But she knew that. Her daddy knew
Yeah,
that.
her daddy wrote
Her daddy knew
that.
that.
Her
So
daddy
she
knew that.
Ooh, Jesus.
Her father
And they
knew
still
that.
married.
Yes.
But the thing is, you got, let's go do a background check on somebody,
I mean,
which is not a bad idea. Like, they not gonna, not everybody is truthful enough to say, you know what, I went to jail for shooting and killing this guy. They're not gonna be truthful. So let's go do a background check when it comes to murder and stuff like that. Like, they don't always tell the truth.
After he got out of
I'm
jail?
saying I don't agree with that. I feel like if we're going to a marriage,
After he
and
got
I
out
feel
of
like
jail?
I can't trust you that I should marry you.
with her.
That's what I feel about it.
we was talking about though, for real. We was talking about another
No, we talking about
That's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, not right now. No, we talking
No,
about
we talking about he said last period.
But
This is why you need to. This is why you need marriage counseling because you need to know things about
future.
people.
You have plans.
You need to
Why
know
you gotta
you're married.
go back on things.
Yeah, we ain't say everything. We ain't say everything. We said certain
Some
things.
things. She said, do you think you should, some things you probably should share.
Is it gonna hurt you?
What things y'all think should be shared? Right off the bat, I know you.
Yeah,
you
say
said.
If you got sexually transmitted disease that can't get
Yeah, I said
can't get
herpes
rid
or
of.
AIDS. That's what I said.
Ooh.
Are you talking about
If it used to
marriage
be
or are you talking
abusive,
about relationship?
Man, always talking about marriage. We ain't talking
No,
about
we're just saying
going on a
In
date.
general.
They ain't gonna tell you that you don't know. I mean, I don't know.
What should you reveal on your first date?
You think I know somebody that can do background check?
Yeah, me too.
For real.
Yeah, that's when you gotta take the gun to the table when you first date. Like, let me tell you, bitch, don't you ever.
I think I got a better question for the audience. So what things you shouldn't share? You feel like you should not share going into a marriage?
Your number, the number of people you have sex with.
Really? Am I the only one that?
I don't think you should share that. I think that should be in the past and be done with,
Yeah,
man.
right.
I
'Cause
think
that ain't
so,
got
too.
nothing to do with you.
Because I ain't gonna lie to you, as a man, I don't want to hear about how many people you had sex with. I just
Am
don't.
I the
I
only-
don't.
am
I
I the
don't
only
have
one?
nothing to do with it.
Am I
Be on the
Right,
first.
yeah.
I don't want to hear it.
I must be the only one.
Yeah.
I want to go. I want to go down that path.
okay.
Because I'm telling you, men's egos, man, is horrible. And I'm just saying, I'm like, I don't want to know. Like, oh yeah, you know, well, she taking out, you know, I don't know nobody like porn or something here. But I know, you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody will say, oh man, I just, I had sex with, I just have sex with a guy. And you're like, who? Some of them, men didn't go. And you found.
Looking at you thinking of him.
And that's why, because men, we're visual. We're visual. And once that thing get into your eyes, I'm telling you, that's why I believe when it comes to cheating, men are way less forgiving than women.
Definitely.
I'm done. No, I can't get out of my mind. You'll be sitting above her looking at her eyes, and all you be thinking is she thinking about somebody else, man. So that's why I say, no, but I don't know.
I'm not. And that's how y'all feel. I agree with the turmoil. Like, it can have like, wow, this the guy you dated or had sex with. I ask questions, and yeah, I'll feel some kind of way, but I know. I mean, that's just me. Like I said, that's just me. I want to know because, like I said, I was open and she's open, and that's what it is. We have nothing to hide after that.
Well, I know online they keep saying that a couple of people say yes.
You should share.
Yes, you should share. You should share some of your past information. Miles said, why would you want to keep secrets? It's better to know up front.
Thanks, Auntie.
No, she wasn't speaking on the numbers.
Then you can decide to stick around and move on. Well, she want to talk about the numbers, though.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Anybody here want to know the number? Raise your hand if you don't want to know the number. If you don't want to know the number, raise your hand.
You said,
I know
I don't
it.
know your
I
number.
don't.
I told you my number.
Right.
You have a
Well,
number?
bro, what about you? You want to know the number?
Huh?
None.
Or you like in between,
That's
like
later.
Okay.
What are you raising your hand for?
if you don't want to know the number.
My wife, she ain't touching nobody.
So no women, and that's cool. Everybody woman say no number. You want to know no number. That's cool. Would you want to know if it was somebody that you knew?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you even had a crush on
I
her.
only want to know if
And
it's
they
in my
still-
inner circle. If it's not my inner circle,
Yeah,
I don't want to know.
I
think
If
that
it's one of my best friends,
Or your worst
yeah.
enemy?
I don't even want to know that because then
But I think that affects another
If you
Think about it.
but here's though, if you screw somebody,
Y'all not talking behind my back.
but you know what? I want to know if you screw somebody and they around still. Yeah, I want to know.
Yes.
Look,
Oh, yeah,
if
that-
I grew up, listen, this Detroit is small. If I grew up on the east side and your number is 20 and we was in the same block, you had sex with somebody I knew or I got with somebody, I want to know.
I agree with you
I
with that.
wanna know.
I just don't want to know. If ain't nobody in my circle, I don't,
Well, I
hey,
mean,
man.
how do you know? Think like I'll just throw out an example. If I'm with somebody, right, and they say, hey, your number is 10 or 20, right? All right, and I find out you slept with Jordan. Like I said, it's like, well, golly, if I don't know the number, it's like, you know what I mean?
So you know the number, she ain't gonna know the name. She ain't gonna tell you the person.
But if I hear a number, I'm like, okay, you know what? Then I can, kind of.
I think the number. I don't really think the number matters. I think it's who is the number. Because you can tell me one,
If we
and
both
this
on
my
the same
boy.
street, I want to know.
it's who it is.
You the girl on the panel.
What's up?
Okay, now, I don't want to ask you no questions. I'm about to start all over, so I'm going to be quiet about my answers in the first place. I'm just telling the truth. You sit over there. Give me watch your face.
Yeah.
I believe you are. So, let me hear this. What's your answer for it?
For what?
What he just said.
For the number?
Does it matter?
No, I don't want to know. I want to know your number for what? What am I know your number for?
Should
What,
your past be your past?
The past should be your past. That's how I feel about it.
When it comes to sexual partners.
Now, only thing I said though is, if unless it's somebody that's still around, like I'm seeing, then I think I should know that.
Yeah, if they living in the basement.
No, not in the basement. Say we have a gathering, and this person,
in the basement.
and I don't know you mess with this person, right? But this person, cause shit, I want to know. Cause that person might be trying to creep behind my back up down. I got to know that person is.
You said
I got to know. I got to see.
What about you? What about flip?
Well, if I knew,
Would you be open to tell them, yeah, man?
Oh,
I would tell. Now you know what? You know what? I will tell.
It says right here.
What?
It says I don't want to know the number. I just want to get a checkup yearly.
Well,
Or every 6 months. Yeah, I want to know your checkup.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. For your question, yes. If it was somebody that I did screw, okay, and I'm with somebody else, and that person's still around, I will tell that person. I'll give them a heads up because somebody else might be messy and beat me too or something. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, get out of the way. It was what it is. Especially if I'm not messing with that person no more, it's like completely over. But say it's like saying they got so close to the family and somebody's still kicking it with them. It's like, it happens. So I'll tell you that. Yeah, I'll tell you that.
All right, I'm gonna take a quick, easy break. Because we got prizes to give away for some of these people that was down there. So we got prizes to give
courtesy
away.
of Stephanie Smith. Thanks, Mom.
Thank y'all, team. So we gave us some cards. So,
That's what you said. If you make me sick.
I'm about to read off some characteristics. Y'all can look around the room. This might be, don't be racist or sexist. Some of y'all like, oh, not me. Y'all ready? So I'm just gonna read off the 3 characteristics. First person get the prize. Right?
Oh, that's what it is.
All right. Yeah, we can take a break. Yeah. Oh no, y'all can't win nothing. We the host.
I know. Can't win that real good. Okay, fine.
Can't win that. Go ahead, Randy.
Yeah, because I got a couple already.
Okay. Says I'm a mother of 5. Favorite color is brown. Enjoy singing and dancing and exercising.
I was about to say.
I pointed her. I know her name, but I kind of pointed her.
Who did it first?
I saw
Thank you.
Okay, well, 71. It is Cassandra.
Right.
Let's get her proud. Let's clap for her. Oh! These girls in the room are vicious, man. They gonna steal your job. They about to steal this like.
That's my point.
Pointed at her ass.
Quite irritating.
I pointed at her fucking ass.
Ready? All right, this person says, I'm goofy, creative, and I'm a foodie.
Krista.
Whoa! She got it!
I got it.
Yep, you got it!
She said Crystal.
She's like, you said food's El Crystal.
I'm pointing
Back at you like, nah, well, that's like,
One more time.
we got some.
I don't even want to leave off the set now.
You in trouble.
Where do y'all pick on you? Why do y'all pick on you?
I like Dawn because I like her because she's just so real. Ever since that episode with what's the name? Couples. Oh my God, man! All right, just the next one. You ready? It says, I'm black. I like chicken. I strongly dislike squash.
Mac.
He didn't do one.
I know.
Johnny.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Johnny.
Yep.
Who's Johnny?
I mean,
You can't win. You can't win it again. You can't win it again.
I don't know where I got Johnny.
We'll do another one.
So long.
Okay, look, the blackest one. The reason he's black is that thing. He like chicken. And he like chicken.
Hey, you gotta quit to it.
He said Johnny. Johnny.
We're gonna do another one. If you want a prize, don't you answer again.
Johnny.
It says,
Good. I don't know Johnny.
I love chess, boxing, and traveling.
I said.
Nope.
Right?
You can't do it. She
No.
yeah, you have to move her up the station.
Me and you can't guess no more.
Oh, okay. Oh.
All right, do it again.
Do another.
Oh, did you say it?
I ain't seen nobody say that.
I said Joanne.
Who is your name?
First of all, we don't stop making our names down here.
Marcel.
You need
It ain't Marcel, no. It's not Marcel.
Him.
No.
Him.
Yeah, it's him after the process of
your
elimination
son
after
name?
82 judges.
Yeah, you gonna say-
Yeah, let's give her. Okay.
She said him.
We'll give her the. Yeah, give her.
no,
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it. Cool beans. Last one. Is it the last one?
I got two more.
Two more. Okay, well, cool beans.
We already did that one
Yeah,
already.
I know, right? Okay, it says, I dislike winter, like heroology, and I'm reserved. Yep, that's it.
There you go.
You got one more.
One more?
Got one more.
Oh. Let me processing. Okay. It says, oh, we gotta do that one. It says, I'm honest. I'm easy.
Damn.
Easy going.
Easy going.
Hey, I'm gonna laugh. Hey, that's why I'm thinking it's gonna laugh.
I'm honest. I'm easy to get along with, and I love laugh.
Tick tock, tick tock.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Don't smack me.
Okay, that's it. But go ahead with the.
Okay, and we want to give a big prize out to one of our most faithful supporters ever, and everybody in this room has been faithfully supporting. I really thank y'all for that. There's one who is like on our list. Is sharing and liking and being a very integral part of our show so much, and we thank you. And we want to give that award to Trish.
Man.
Hey, thanks.
I need
Everything I
I need
need.
the toilet paper.
Mama.com. I love makeup.
Thank you. Some of those gifts are sex specific, so I can have yours. Make sure I get it.
I try to give it to either he and
Oh,
one.
no.
I know I'm good. I don't use shavers and stuff.
Well, there's other stuff in there for you.
I'm good. I'm good. It's for you, bro.
Well, thank you, baby. Make sure you use that on me.
Okay, I'll make sure you use this deodorant.
Now, it's something that comes on special all the time on Sunday. We talked about this before. We got one of the people on our panel who's actually going to order the app. Yeah. So you can watch all of them in one time. For free.
That's the big.
That's eat. You know, it's spring watching. It's called Power.
Yes, I love it.
Never seen it.
Everybody never seen Power?
Who said that?
Oh my God.
No, you gonna see it, but yeah, y'all gonna watch it together.
Finish
Right?
watching together. Y'all watch stuff together?
We do. I'm gonna
I'm not gonna. Okay.
You don't like it?
Ooh, tonight's episode was good too.
I saw today.
Has everybody here seen Power? Anybody seen Power already? The episode that happened.
No, I didn't.
So I just.
Well, let me tell you what happened. You want me to tell you?
I didn't see it either, so don't tell.
Don't tell. It's on Facebook.
Brady, after I saw your
No, don't do that.
I watched it because I know it was good. That boy was
all I'm gonna
good.
say is that it was good, and I didn't expect what happened to
Me
actually happen.
neither.
You called it, but I was like, it ain't gonna happen. I was like, oh, it happened.
I was sitting on the edge of my seat like,
I was on Facebook for a whole day because I knew it was spoiled power.
yeah. Day before I don't.
As soon as I got home, 8 o'clock, I'm like, Crystal, wake up, wake Ali up, watch Power.
So what happened?
So,
I don't want to lose viewers and support.
want to talk about it.
I'm just saying that it's a great show. I think it's been great. It's the mid-season finale. Do y'all think that it's been good the whole entire season, or did it take a build-up?
Oh, it's been good.
it was good.
I think it took a build-up.
I like every episode.
I think everything.
About the 5th or 6th episode, that's when it started getting good. Because like the first 4 for me, it was like, come on.
That's why they was knocking people.
Yeah, and I think that's what I like. Like people just been knocked off, and I see what you're saying about the build-up,
First
but I
episode
think
wasn't
it was still
about
just
nothing, but
interesting.
number 2
So
on up.
It was knocking people off.
They was knocking people off from number 2
So let's get
on
to
up.
some fun stuff. Let's get to a real grown person debate.
Let's go.
Snowfall, Power.
Yeah.
Power.
Snowfall.
I ain't never seen Snowfall.
I ain't never
What?
seen Snowfall either.
That's
But Power for sure.
Power for sure. This is
Everybody seen Snowfall in here?
No.
No.
yes.
Take a look at it then, y'all.
Snowfall is great, but I just think it hasn't matured to where Power was. I think Power still is edge only because it's the 6th season and it's been good every season. Now we still got to wait on Snowfall. Yeah,
Snowfall
but
is
think
good
about
every
it. We
season,
still
yeah.
got it has 3 seasons. Cool, 2 seasons, 3 seasons,
Snowfall?
3.
Three.
3. Yeah,
Man,
still
I
got 2
wish I would
more
have
seasons.
seen it because my question was who you think it was.
But when that based off
Oh,
a real
that's tough.
Snowfall?
That's
I
tough.
don't know.
Doing the show.
What's Snowfall
Was it
based?
based off a real?
I
think it's
I don't know.
usually.
I think the things that happen, but not
Yeah,
off
it's like
like
it's just.
but like how the crack.
It's kind of like how Dope was. Y'all, anybody seen the movie Dope?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, you know what I'm saying? If you like Dope, you'll like Snowfall. It's just like a whole season, the whole, thing long, and things of that nature. I guess, like the biggest other thing that we have, a lot of people that I've noticed now, and I can pull this up, that right now, when it comes to politics, that groups from 25 to 35 are voting less than in the last 10 years. So it's dropped off by about 20% between 25 and 35. Why do y'all think is that so much of a drop off in the voting process now? Do you think people in that age, because that's pretty much what the millennials.
I think it's a couple things. And this is just from.
Is anybody here that's with the next election is not gonna vote?
I ain't vote last election, unfortunately. I'm stupid, but
Never voted. Okay.
I
Let me put it like this: anybody voted last election? Raise your hand.
They wouldn't let me. I don't have a Michigan ID.
I would say you're
I'm in
criminal.
Arizona.
What about? Do you plan on voting in this election, 2020?
Yeah.
Everybody plan on voting?
Trump. I'm
As long as I have the right to vote, I shall vote. No matter what.
I think a lot of people stop because their votes don't count.
And that's what
That's
my
what
2
they
sons
believe.
told me. My sons.
Well, not don't count, but
No, I
the
understand what you're saying.
person, they pick
Yeah.
don't win. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Or I think that basically they don't like neither of the candidates. They're like, you know what, I'd rather not vote because I don't want to give this person my vote. I don't want to give this person my vote, so I'm not gonna vote. Or like even with we got the with Obama's in office. Like I think he's the better candidate, but I don't want to vote for him. I don't want to vote for this guy. So
Let me ask you another question. If you don't mind, how many Democrats? Raise your hand. How many Republican? How many just vote for what's in your best interest?
that too.
Yeah.
People.
It's
Now,
still Democrat.
Republicans ain't in your interest.
They are money.
I know you said you never voted. Is it a solid reason why you saying like, look, I just don't want to do it?
My family's religion, how I just grew up, we just never.
Never vote, okay. And then I heard that like that's not the first time I heard somebody tell me that.
what's the religion? What religion?
Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, you guys don't vote?
So, what can I say with this process? Now, I'll tell you that I say that I'm not Republican or Democrat. I especially really don't consider myself Democrat because I feel like Democrats have taken the black vote all the time and do absolutely nothing. Their promises never come to fruition when it comes to the black community. I feel like they come around the 4 years, hey, we need you. Come on out. We gotta defeat the Decepticons. That's how I feel. I mean, I know. Am I the only one that feel that way when it comes to it's like they come around and they kind of cower out to me.
After it's done.
Yeah, I don't hear nothing from them. It's very rare. Really, the only place you really see politicians really doing something for the most part is really locally, for the most part. But then now, it's like it's so corrupt now. You can't tell who doing what. When I look at somebody like Pelosi, she's just an old gangster to me. I mean, have y'all ever seen her? They just hold stuff up to show that they can do it. Hold that vote up. We ain't doing the vote today. We ain't doing like this impeach. He about to get out.
I know, it's crazy.
It's crazy. I'm like, y'all took 4 years talking about Russia.
Can I tell you
But
something?
that's another way not to get him elected next.
That's exactly what I was about to say. That's just so he can't get elected again because that's what they're going
Do you
to.
think that's gonna work though?
I don't know if it's going to work, but that's their game plan.
Teflon dog.
I can't say it
Can't
don't
touch
work.
that man, bro.
Do y'all think,
If it's going to work.
honestly, is there anybody that y'all think right now would beat him in the election?
Trump.
No.
No,
No.
they don't.
Wow.
We have no strong Democratic candidate.
No
or
strong
anyone
Democratic.
that's in the
Exactly.
forefront.
They need to bring Obama back.
I think Bernie might be the closest out of them, but he
I don't even like Bernie. He like
I know you
all
don't
this
like
dirt.
him, but that's the only
But he
where
better
gets
than
the
Trump.
I think he the best.
He's
better
better,
than
but like against Trump, I don't think. I think
Okay, yeah.
we ain't gonna have no
I did
president.
too.
They'll leave a vacant.
This is my big thing though, and I think it's scary. Again, we talking about all of this. People don't know what they're actually supporting. They don't know, none of the litigation, what they actually want to do. I don't. If you don't research it and you just vote it because, it's what it is, then your vote don't make sense either. You know what I'm saying? And that's what kind of gets me. It's like, if you're not aware of anything whatsoever, you're just voting on the name that you saw the most, basically, which is why they keep pushing it out there, keep having it in your face. You're not doing any help for anyone else.
Yeah, it's like when we go vote and we get these brochures, we don't get the time to read them. We just get the brochures, we go and vote, and we get more brochures.
You've been
and we
systematically
throw it right
told
away.
this
I mean,
person,
we don't
this
take a
person,
look at
that's
it
how you
before we
vote.
go vote.
Who
We're
researched
like,
before you vote? Honestly.
I just started. I never did.
When I was
I just started.
started.
You got
I researched for
And I just this week.
I just
I
started.
researched.
I always ask my dad, a little, so I listen to what they
And
say.
that's so how many people kind of vote based upon like what you've been voting for pretty much all the time? Like it's habitual. Like okay. Like I don't like when people vote straight Democratic ticket. I mean, Democratic ticket.
I don't vote like that.
I have.
I've seen people do it. I'll vote because I think you need to do your research.
Yeah, you do.
I think it's bad on both sides, and you got to do your research. And I know everybody don't do research like they do, American Idol or America's Got Talent. God forbid.
Masked Singer.
More people vote for that and pay attention to that.
I'm sorry.
No.
Okay, so I was on my way to church this morning, and today is National Sandwich Day. Popeyes lines.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, yes, I guess they brought their sandwich out again.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. Like how so many people could be for that, but it's like when it comes to voting for your child's future.
Well, then.
Yeah. It's
I
like
support black businesses because they ain't going in their lines like that.
Hey, you know what? We had an interesting
Because
conversation.
some black businesses suck.
Yes.
We were just talking about black businesses.
And I want to say black and everything else like that. Some businesses just suck.
Yes, they do.
And I'm telling you, a lot of stuff in Detroit just suck. Some businesses. I seen the good ones. And they the ones, like, I'll give you a good example. And I know Jordan, because Jordan do most of my financial stuff here. Chick-fil-A.
I just made a post about
If you have never been to Chick-fil-A before, you have never experienced true customer service. When you go to Chick-fil-A, I'm going to tell you what's so amazing about Chick-fil-A. Let's say if something's not available. You know what they're going to give me? A free coupon. For the next time I come to get anything I want. I'm like, are you serious? For the inconvenience. I mean, they'll do that for you.
They're
To
amazing.
anything. It's like incredible.
I've been to all times.
If you've never been there, it's incredible.
And it's all over. I've been to some in different states.
Okay.
Georgia, Phoenix, and Cali. And they all been.
It's like, I mean, I don't know what they do to their people.
in the airport. Amazing.
I don't know what they be teaching. I don't know who they go after, but it's like incredible. You just like they make you feel like your dollar worth. I mean, as soon as you get in there, hey, welcome. I'm like,
You know what?
It's systematic. It's systematic, and it's also in their corporate culture.
Yeah.
And so, from their founder, Truett, who was a devout Christian, he laid those foundations into it. So when they built it out, they have an entire training.
Hey, can you say that one more time? What's that big F word you just said?
Well, I don't know what I just
Foundation?
said.
Foundation.
Foundation. So they laid a groundwork
They
for
have a
how it
foundation,
should be,
how
right?
it should be each one.
Oh, man.
But they also have a research and development department, which they actually practice their drive-through time and their service times. And so when I was in Atlanta, I went into there, And so their employees actually ride bicycles inside a simulated drive-through to measure times, and they actually have a board that goes from year 2020 to about 2030. And they're also just working on how to improve their distribution chain to beat out the other restaurants. And so it's something that they're constantly saying, well, I'm not going to be complacent, but I'm going to improve on my business and my niche.
And with Detroit, and this is like, I love my city, but I think Detroit has the worst restaurant customer service ever.
Yes.
And I've been to Chick-fil-A in Detroit, and like they couldn't even force to give me bad service. It's like what they say, my pleasure. And I'm like, dang, you said why you still mad? I lied about the barbecue sauce. Like they go above and beyond.
Because I started with your head, the head, and I think that like I went to McDonald's recently, right? And I work in customer service. I worked in food for years, so it pisses me off when somebody, kids they playing, they young, I guess they first job, they're playing and stuff like that. And then I get up to the front, there's no sign that tells me that they're only taking cash only. So I've been waiting in line forever. And then I get up there, he's like, well, can I get your order? I give him my order, we are only taking cash. So then I have to leave out to go get cash, come back, and then he still get my order wrong. And the manager's up there, didn't say anything, didn't correct him, nothing. They're playing around back and forth, there's no overseer. And I'm looking like, how y'all still open? Like, I think, like he's saying, like how their foundation is built, you still, as a boss, have to do your job and making sure that this is what's going on in your restaurant. Everything is a flow. The customer service is great. When your boss get lazy and not enforcing the rules and things like that, or not correcting them, that's what happens. Like, it's just like, whatever. And it's in the bad community, or who cares? It's in the black community, who cares? Because that McDonald's a long time ago, it wasn't like that. Now I go up there now, it's a bunch of young kids in there, and the manager in there is like just, and it makes me even more mad to see that she is our shade, and she's still in there just like, I don't care. Not barely even comes to the front. This guy asked for a manager and was standing there for a long time. She still came out there like she didn't want to help.
I think what it is, not even just like with customer service, they're gonna spend $1. Like, we gonna spend our dollar anyway, so it doesn't matter about the customer service. And the thing is, we don't support black business, but we still go to like Walmart, Walmart, McDonald's, and do all these things and go ahead and support them. But that's what we give our dollar to, and it's like, we don't have to give customer service. It got to be available. That's all. As long as it's available at a decent price, we're gonna go ahead and buy. We don't. I think with the black dollar, we don't treasure it enough, and that's why we continue to have bad service.
I don't know, Jordan, you over here itching.
No, I just made a post a few days ago. Went to Chick-fil-A, and again, like everybody is saying, the dude was like beaming, "How are you?" I'm like, I'm smiling, you know what I'm saying, as I'm placing my order. Like, are you freaking serious? I've been there 3 times since last week because it was just same thing. And I don't know, I made a joke. I was like, man, I need to send my girl to the Chick-fil-A training that y'all got because this smoke is crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's a joke. It's a joke. But I was just like, man, I said, oh my God. You like the joke? I nigga not talking anymore.
Oh, she gonna get you tonight.
It's a joke. All I'm saying. Call me after the show. Hey, don't
let her wait till the car. Let her wait till the making
jokes, nigga. You like making jokes? That's
funny. You know, and I thought you kind of saw it because when I saw, and it's like hit with just what y'all are saying, the foundation.
Yeah.
It start right there. So when you get foundation set, like, look, this is what we do. This is how we do it. If you're not a part of it, you can't be a part of it.
I forgot my money at Chick-fil-A, and they said, just take the meal.
But you know, and I just like you said, I've been
give you free food?
It's crazy. I've been in management all my life, so I know when it comes to management, it's a certain way you got to do things.
Yeah.
Your team is only going to work as good as you work. And if I'm telling you, it's all the time. I remember I just told my brother about it. I had 2 guys that was on my team, and they was kind of racist. You know what I'm saying? Racist because like, oh man, who's this young black guy? You know what I'm saying? And it was getting around. I'm like, but not knowing that everybody else on the team was like, hey, this guy know what he's doing, and everything he tell us to do, he do it even harder. So if he telling me to go down here to take care of it, he down there with me, going down there to take care of it. And then it's like, throw all your racist stuff out today. We here to make the money. That's my thing. So I know if we hit numbers, we get those numbers, we exceed them numbers, we making more money. And I thought that's the name of the day, to go in here, do your job, make it the easiest way possible, because we got to be around each other 8 hours a day or plus. So let's make each other's lives simpler and let's get it done.
Exactly.
So I remember, like, one of my favorite jobs when I was in college was working at Taco Bell, and I was a manager there. And they was like, "Oh, since you're the low manager on totem pole, we gotta give you the 2 busiest days." And I was out there in Troy. Wow. And if you don't know about Troy, Michigan, people love Taco Bell out there. They lines. You talk about Popeyes lines. Picture Popeyes lines every day. That's how they line is. So when I was out there, people, I ain't about to work on Friday. I'm working on Saturday. But when I got out there working, and I was like, "Hey, everybody, take care of that. I'm gonna take care of the dishes." They're like, "What?" And then when they saw me back, they're like, "Hey, man, you supposed to be just in the office doing stuff." But when they saw me doing that, now guess what I got? I gotta reject people to come in on Fridays and Saturdays. Because everybody want to work with them. I know I'm a worker because Randy want to get out of here. I'm like, what time y'all want to get out of here tonight? Oh, y'all want to be out of here about 3? I'll get you out of here about 2. Let's go. Let's take care of it. Boom, 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 boom. Done. Then like the manager that's in the back that's doing this. Hey, sweet. Hey, sweet.
I can't say
What's going? Why that line beeping? It's beeping. It's beeping. It's beeping. Oh God, I gotta come do. No, I ain't doing that. And it's like, but it's just like what
but
it
let
is.
me ask you something. This is a little bit 101. So I just got promoted, right? So I run a store. So now my issue is I can't stop doing work. So like my bosses will come in and like, you do know you can have such and such. Like I struggle with delegating because I feel like I don't trust people to get the job done. How do you delegate to get the job done without even like getting frustrated when it's not?
You gotta, well, first of all, it's about teaching and training and hold people accountable. I mean, that's the name of the game. I mean, you can't be working all the time. Like, it's good to show that, hey, you can get your hands dirty. You know how to do the work. You can teach and train. That's what that's for. But at the end of the day, you just gotta show that, hey, that if you're doing this, it's somebody you're not watching. It's somebody that you're not paying attention to. So you gotta know what's going on at all times, and that's why we have that important role. Like, we have to make sure everything is going on right. Like, there's nothing wrong with getting your hands dirty, and it builds morale. But you got to understand that you have to go ahead and manage the whole store. Like, the whole store is your baby. You know what I mean? So if you're focusing on one thing, there's other things you're not focusing on, and that's why it's important to delegate and make sure you hold people accountable, so you go ahead and get those things done. If they can't do it done, then that's accountability.
I think that's a part of it. But you get there first by showing them to do it. They got to know what they're doing. Because now, the first thing you got to do is hold people accountable. How you hold them accountable is that you make sure they understand and know what they're doing.
Teaching and training.
So now you're like, boom, you got it? This is what I need you to do. I'm not going to micromanage you. Because if I micromanage you, I don't need you.
I don't trust you.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm like, I'm out of here. So now you got to get to the point. And then what you do, that one time when you finally release control a little bit, now what you're doing, you surveying the land. Now that's what I love to call it as manager. Because now you spotting out who ain't gonna do it. Like, oh, yeah, you ain't really doing it. You ain't gotta point them out, but you just know what it is now. Like, okay, there you go. Right. And now you just taking away, because now you just chipping away. Like, you ain't gonna be that good. You ain't gonna be that. You're not doing it till you get it. And I mean, it takes time. Right. A lot of people think that, I'm gonna come in there. Don't be that manager that come in there. Oh yeah, we about to clean house and you're fired, you're fired, you're fired. I'm like, you ain't got nobody working with you. You about to be fired. So I think it just take that time, like you said, it's just training, and then you got to hold people accountable, like you said. They see your work ethic, then after that, you developing their work ethic. It's just like when you teaching, it's like potty training the kid.
Yeah.
Would you okay do that? Like give them a pot. Oh, I gotta really sit here. Yeah, that's how it works. Sit there. Okay, then finally, when you get to the point where I don't have to tell you to go sit there, because you know what to do. Because you don't. The worst thing in the world, if you got to micromanage people, that's go. I don't understand no manager.
That's the worst thing, because you're basically doing a job for them.
Yeah. Like here you go. Oh God, I'll do it. I'm like, no, forget this. Go home. I'm gonna be honest. Like, forget you. Go home. What do I need you here?
Waste of wages.
So I think that's the case. I mean, for the most part, I mean, anybody. I don't understand. She done. And but I mean, do anybody else feel here? Anybody else in management? Ever been in management?
Wait, what was the question again?
Anybody ever been in management?
Oh, supervisor.
Supervisor, anything like that? You ever did? So anybody, y'all know the problem with most workers. Most people say here, last thing, they said that work ethic is gone.
Yep.
They said workplace lacks passion for what they do, and they just want to check.
Who said that, Kathy?
Nope, that was nope, my mom. Sierra said workplace lacks passion, and what they want to do, they just want to check. So shoot, man. Everybody, but ain't that the goal to check? I mean, I want the money. Can anybody work for money? And this basically, this the last topic. This real talk about the last one. Can you work somewhere that you hate and dread going to? If you're making all the money that you want, could you stay here and work there?
Nope. Yep.
Temporarily.
Yeah.
I could. Until you go inside.
Man, tell me your name again. I'm gonna make sure I can pronounce it.
Ibrahim.
I agree with you 100%. Temporarily. I couldn't do it.
Which is a
I
no.
couldn't.
Which is no.
But
Well, I mean, you can't move until you find a
Sometimes you just gotta do it.
is it harder to leave a good paying, outstanding paying job and you hate it?
Hell
The
yeah.
truth is, not many people
I
do
do that
that.
now. Shit.
Not many people do. They say, I mean, for us now, we talking about it, it's easy. Oh yeah, I ain't gonna stay at a job I don't like.
But
But not many people leave.
Yeah.
I used to work at Ford.
Yep.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I just feel like, you know, like I've been wanting to leave Walmart for a long time, and it pays good. But then, like when you actually go out in the field and look for jobs that try to pay what you want or what you need, you're not even getting close. Like I said, I make.
But before I left, I took a 4-year program for what I do now. So now I do like outpatient. I draw blood every day, all day, and I don't really do anything.
Why didn't you like working at Ford?
It was wear and tear on the body. Every day, waking up, I was starting to get a little miserable, unhappy. Like my mom, my kids, they noticed the change in me.
Okay.
You know, so it's like, okay, I don't like this person, and I have to change that.
I notice here we got a lot of people that's saying yes.
Yeah.
Everybody here saying yes. Dorothy saying yes. Kathy saying yes.
Yep.
That they can
saying
leave?
yes.
Yes.
I think that they could stay.
It's all different. Like I said, if I was 21 with no
One
responsibility,
said temporarily too.
if I had no responsibilities, of course it'll be easier. But once you're in a lifestyle, you have, you know, people you got to provide for, and things you got.
I think that's the big one. If I'm single, quit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You like,
I done it.
Right, I done it too.
But she said
I got anxiety from it.
it.
Terrible.
Hey, be mad too, young and stupid. Man, this one burn. You've been doing this for how long?
Like even like you brought up about, you know, when you went to the McDonald's, you saw a lot of kids and stuff there. Like, so we have this thing called Cap 2, which a lot of them are kids that are like 19, between 19 and 25, who don't have kids with responsibilities. So that's our highest turnover. Now, that's the backbone of the store, but they don't have mortgages. They don't have kids. They don't have families to take care of. But that's our highest turnover.
Kathy got a good one though too. It's just she basically said what a lot of us saying, like, yes, sometimes you gotta bite the bullet. You're gonna stay somewhere.
Unless like she said, she had a plan though. So while she was there, you went to school though. You did have a plan.
Yeah. You just got
You
to make
do it
it
like that.
I know. I had one guy. I ain't not trying to be funny. I had one guy that literally said this. He was like, "Man, forget this. I'm about to sell dope," and walked out of the job.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I was like, good for you, man.
Was that a good plan?
You got a plan. I mean, he dropped it. Hey, I ain't gonna say his name, but I know that he got a 2020 League Navigator. He do it.
For real?
Good for you, Frank.
If you're watching.
Yeah, if you're watching, good for you, Frank. He was serious though. I mean, it's like, you know how you want to laugh when somebody say that, but then you actually seeing them walk. I'm like, that's serious about that. I mean, he was in his car with me when I went to the park. I said, "This car, yeah, man. I'm doing this, dog." I pulled off, bumping Jeezy. You know you real when you bump Jeezy on. You got your bad man there. When Jeezy on the radio, I'm like, yeah, he doing this for real. I like moving like.
It just came on like, dope boys go crazy.
I'm like, yeah, he about to do this. But I mean, other than that, I mean, I think, like you said, I think tons of people do it every day.
Yeah.
You work a job.
Like what Jared said, man.
What did he say?
Read that off really quick.
Oh, Jared said, I got hired at GM for a few years ago, it didn't go because I knew I would hate it. Now I'm pretty much doing something I like as a supervisor, making what I would if I had left. Takes patience and hard work, but no check is worth your sanity.
That is.
Good one, bro. No check worth your sanity.
That's tough.
But you know what? I mean, I hear that.
Tough. That's
But
tough.
homeless is a bitch.
That's right.
That's tough.
I gotta have
And at the end of the day, you gotta do what you gotta do.
You can't be. I don't want to be in the dumpster talking about. Oh yeah,
I'm so happy.
I'm so happy. Rain hit me. Got changed for $1.
I think the big thing.
Who was cold out here? Should have stuck that out and come in.
Like she said, you gotta have a plan. If you don't have a plan, then it doesn't
That's
make
the key.
sense. But you can't stick in something for such a long period of time either.
But it's gonna be hard work though.
Get down.
I've done jobs where I've hated it, but I was with my parents. I don't have kids, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And my job now, when I started, I was at the bottom. Like the pay was something that nobody would ever take. But I literally loved my job. You get what I'm saying? Of course, over 2 years, my pay built up.
Yeah.
But I've never had a job where I loved it. I don't mind waking up and going to it. I mean, I mind waking up and going, but I don't mind actually being at I love it. You know what I'm saying? So
that's my job.
I love my job
I never
too.
thought I would
I
get a
got
job
a
like
good
how you
job.
said that I would actually love. Like when I say my managers are like the best managers I think I've ever had in my life. Like
I don't even like my managers.
I love mine. Like when I say they care beyond like literally I had a rough week planning this other stuff I'm working on, and I literally was having a breakdown at work, and my boss took me like, let's walk around this stadium and let's talk. And if you don't want to talk about it, I'm gonna talk about anything stupid to make you laugh, make your day. Like she really like, nothing how my boss care this much.
But like you say, also your bosses made the job. It could be a horrible job.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, you could be shoveling shit on the street, but it'd be wonderful. Man, shoveling shit. I ain't got nobody on my back. I make $30 an hour doing this. Hey, I'm just being honest. It's some jobs that people don't want, and they making some money doing it.
Yeah.
You know, what you do? Yeah, clean up elephant shit. $1 an hour. I'll shovel the shit out. You waving at people like, hey, that's over with. You're like, get your ass out of here. Get your ass out of here.
Nasty.
Really? You didn't show me shit?
Oh man.
I couldn't see that because I've seen doctors that hate their job.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't operate on me.
You can probably tell when they
For real.
I mean, but yeah, you see it.
You can tell when they don't like their job. They
I
not
see them
friendly
every
at all.
day. They do not smile.
Yeah, I seen it, and I know you.
But none of them smile.
Doctors
None
don't.
of them.
Doctors don't smile.
My doctor, thank God for my doctor
smile.
Valerie Hustle. She smiles. She a hippie though.
Well,
Yeah, because she like doing the test. She like doing that test all the time. She be like, time for your hernia test. I'm like,
My doctor, she really too.
Who your hands are cold?
God's
They
hands are
smile
cold.
at the patients, but when it's just us.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, go put that. That's a big food in the bun.
I had some people say the same thing. Mom gonna say, I'll shovel for 30 an hour.
Right out of retirement, like, oh, 30 an hour. I feel better. I'm going.
Jared, see, this is what make me, I'm sorry y'all, my brother Jared make me mad because he'll say stuff like this. He says, sidebar, the Ravens about to get in the Patriots' ass, bro. Upset of the week, LOL, and the Giants suck, and only light-skinned queers like them. Good show, though. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna give you the mean face for that. I can't believe you just did that, man. What a jerk. But outside, so I mean, it's pretty much determined because I know for the most part, everybody's basically saying that you can stick it out as long as you got a plan of escape to get out. Because some people stay there. Like you said, I've seen it. People stay there for 40 years and miserable for 40 years. I could not picture that much of my life. I feel like I was dead.
I think, and it's like it's kind of tough to start over. Like like I said, I always
if you got 20 something
I
years,
always had a passion to be a teacher, and like I said, I love teaching. I love children, and from what a teacher makes now, what I make now, I was like, dang, can I afford to, have my passion? Well, I mean, yeah, I could probably make the money, but it's like 10 years. And with a family, it's tough.
Like, not being funny, because I know the same thing. Like with my nonprofit, it's like I could do that all day.
Yeah,
I could do it all day.
Yeah,
helping out helping out before finding housing, working with the community. But at the end of the day, I knew that I'm like I gotta have, some money coming in, and that's the sad part about it, because it's like this is my passion, what I love. But it's also if I need to do something that's gonna keep a roof above my head, because it just ain't myself. I got a family to take care of, and if my check, that check ain't coming in, it could be knocks at the door. You know what I'm saying? So. I understand what one person could say, I got to do it. But then the other part about it is, it's like I'm playing devil's advocate. It's that, man, I ain't about to have no peace for the rest of my life.
Definitely agree.
You know what I'm saying?
People that do, like, again, you make, all right, 200,000, for something that you're doing, but you hate it. You do that for 25, 30 years. You sitting there every day, you just wasted 30 years. I don't care how much bread you got. You wasted it. Because after you're done and you retire, you don't even want to do nothing. You just mad at your whole life.
Hey, Joey, is it a myth to have your time and your money? They say you can't have your time and your money. Is that a myth?
That's a good question.
It is a myth. Because you can have your time and your money. It just depends on your investments. If you invest correctly, you can have your time and your money. Period. You don't gotta work.
Say me, I agree with him. I
was going the whole category. I just wanted to, ask him a question because I ain't asked nothing yet. Y'all think it's a myth to have your time and your money?
It depends. Like, what do you consider like? Hey, some people think if I make $30,000 a year, that's a lot of money to them. So. Some people may need 100,000, but if you're
goes down to about 18.
Yeah, so I'm like, hey, if you're making what you can make and you're happy with it and you're happy with what you're doing, then I guess you can say
that's all right.
I think it's when people live beyond your means.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest problem in life. People live beyond their means. You're trying to keep up with Tony next door. Tony just got a 2019 Malibu, so you're like, dang, let me get a 2019 Malibu and keep up with him. But what your 2019 Malibu got is 120,000 miles, and you're paying 25% interest because you bought it off a B-lot. Because you don't have the credit to go to another, actually go to a dealership, get a good percentage rate somewhere in the neighborhood, like at about 4, shoot, not a little bit under that, but about 4 to 6, and actually be able to pay it off instead of paying double for something over a period of time. And I think that's where we most get in trouble. I think it's like, it's the back in the day, and this is what this go with every race, because I want to kind of I like throwing race out the book. I wish, I can't wait for everybody, we just throw it like, look, just people. But when, but I mean, it's just a fact, because it totally, it dissects everything, you know what I'm saying? It's like, look, the sacrifice ain't there no more for people. Back in the day, people will sacrifice. People say Ford. We know Ford because it's a brand, right? One day, Ford wasn't nothing. It was a thought. It was a image. Like, look, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna build cars. And he had to sacrifice. It means somebody's got to be the broke one that takes the lumps and all the abuse to get the business off the ground. The problem is, nobody want to do that no more.
True.
Everybody's out for themselves. So what they do, you don't leave your kids an inheritance. You leave them with debt. So now you got everybody coming, like you said not too long ago, now everybody's like, oh man, he was this and good. Like, I can't stand this. And if this offend anybody, you might be telling on yourself. I can't say I'm sorry. But when kids, unfortunately, when people pass away, especially people that, you're supposed to be big time dope boys or you're supposed to have money.
And then they say
GoFundMe page. You want me to do a GoFundMe page for someone that was out here flat, that had money all up in the camera. But now, we need a GoFundMe page for him. And then, you know what they do with the GoFundMe money? They ain't giving it to the kids. They just spend it on putting a Negro on the ground. He's got a $20,000 casket. Why I'm gonna pay $20,000 for a box I'm only gonna see one time?
And
then looking at the ground, woo, that sure look good. Dirt 'em. It's like, it's the stupidest thing ever. I never understood that. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to have the money up front. You know, I know that sound, I'm trying to be sensitive, but you know, I ain't trying to be insensitive, but it's just the truth. I see it. So I done seen them where they raised $50,000. They spent the whole $50,000 on a funeral to have a horse-drawn carriage. This ain't Martin Luther King. This ain't Kennedy. This ain't, I mean, what is this? Look at the honor. Look at us. You went out in style. First of all, death.
Yeah. You already know what to do with me, Chris. Freeze me in the living room.
Look, you get money, the inheritance. My honest to God opinion. When I did my life insurance, and I thought about it, my brother know, because my brother is on. And I said, this is how I want to set up with my daughter. I'm like, I'm putting you in charge of it until she get to a certain age, him and my mother. And then when I found out I had a goddaughter, what I do? Boom! I put her on it. Because I want my, it's got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And if it starts with me dying, they better not dare spend that money on me. I'm like, take me to the furnace, baby. If I'm still alive and I'm in the furnace, then I did something really screwed up in life. Right. Burn me up, dust it out, and let it figure out. We'll come back together another time, Voltron. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's just, I don't understand doing that. So it's like, it's gotta start somewhere.
That's why that business making so much money.
They don't do that. It's just crazy. So
I see.
Yeah, and that's what happens. They go off emotions. You want to have them, look at this. Full grain mahogany. Inside, watch. You flip this button and it massages you. Motherfucker, he dead. Why he need to be massaged?
But you know, that's in most cultures, actually. So there's a book I read, it's called Poor Economics. It's talking about how poor people spend their money, essentially. Yep. So you know it. But it was talking about how, because they're poor, they don't have like such a high like lifestyle standard of living. So what they do is they actually spend a lot of their money around I forgot the term they use. They spend a lot of their money around the lifestyle. So when a child is born, when there's a marriage, and when somebody dies. So even though they're broke, they'll take out a loan to bury someone, or they'll take out a loan to get a wedding. Yep. So for example, when I got married, I was like, man, I'd rather spend that money on investments or go on a nice honeymoon. But some people, they spend like $50,000, $10,000, $20,000 on a day, and then they get divorced in like 2-3 months. So I mean, it's a cultural thing, because you know, we're not taught how to use, we don't know how money works. We're not taught how to use money. You guys were mentioning credit. You guys were talking about even the idea of inheritance. Like, it should be a shame if you don't leave anything with your children and instead leave them with a debt. So it's many things. So I think
we had a whole show about that. We talked about it, and we talked about how when you try to, it's like when we had conversations, like even now, when we were younger, and it's funny, I was laughing because we had a whole conversation. We was all at the table together. I don't know if you remember this, because we was all at the table, all of us, you know, sitting there like, yeah, blah, 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 and, you know, talk about this. And what we normally talk about before, laughing, cracking jokes, we was talking about 401ks, our investments. And then before I know, we all just thought like, dang, we old. You know, because we realized the talk of the conversation had changed because some things have become more important. Like you said, more important to the table. It's like, I want my daughter to have the knowledge that I never had when it came to finances. Because it's a big, huge thing. Because if you always investing in a kid to materialistic things, they're going to be broke. That's why I look at parents that, you know, when they have it, when we talk about the finances, you like, man, what's going on? Why didn't you, like, okay, that's nice. You got the kid Jordans. They be, okay, good for you. But let me tell you something. What's the point of a kid that don't even know what the kind of shoe they got on that's biting the box? They don't care about what's that on. They biting the box. They don't care about what it is. They, you know, this is your time for them to soak it in. I've seen kids at 3 years old. Man, I got this is Gucci. I'm like,
at 3?
I'm like, little boy, Gucci. I'm like, what is he? I'm like, this boy saying Gucci. That's a learned behavior. And if we got to be careful what we learn, like everything, you know, like you say, everything is learned. And most poor, you know what I'm saying? Because I know the same, you know what I'm saying, the book you're talking about, it's just, when you read it, it makes perfect sense. You see it. Because I've seen it, I've been around both sides. I've been around rich, or what I'm saying, well off, or you know what I'm saying, you know, that, and then you've been around the poor. You see It is night and day when it comes to finances. Everything in between is about the same. The love and everything else about that nature. But when it comes to finances, it's a whole different mindset. They're like, what are you talking about? This and that. They already got to say, oh, my dad got me, dad keep telling me about this Roth IRA. Roth IRA? Like you,
Is it possible to have ownership in the United States?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're talking about for like anybody or for black people?
I'll clarify. In the United States of America, is it possible to have true ownership of anything in the United States of America?
Under the technical law, no, because they can take it at any time if need be. But ownership, yes.
Nah. Let me challenge you.
Okay.
That's called a lease.
I feel it.
But you can claim it. It's called a lease.
You can have the rights to something.
And you really don't have the rights because your social security number is the right you signed up for. Now, if you don't have your sovereignty, you don't have that.
What is that?
So,
freedom.
You were born free. When your mother, father, and I'm pretty sure you and Crystal signed a document that allowed them to give your child a social security number.
Which is a debt.
And that's a bank number. You are property of the United States. If you decide not to be property of the United States, you are not allowed to ask for help in any circumstance. You are outside of the United States. That's why dignitaries and things from other countries can come over and do different things because they're out of a total jurisdiction.
Diplomatic
community. That makes a lot of sense.
So, I asked that because we were never taught that. You violate our children's rights every time they're born. Thus it passed down. And that's not black, white, or anything. That's finance. There's only 12 families that own money. Look at your bill. There's 12. There's a serial number for every bill printed. Just like your credit card that was only established in what, the 70s? It's new. What's the credit? If your credit is bad, probably everybody in this room will see credit card come in and say you pre-approved. Right? When you got qualifying credit, what does that really mean? Because you have a man with cash, and his cash doesn't stand next to your 800 credit score. You can call and sign on the phone. He cannot. He is in violation of United States statutes. What say you about this cash? Any increment over this amount is subjected to take. Any increment over a certain amount is subjected to take. You can't question it. So my question was, can you have true ownership of the United States? Or do you qualify for a peace?
Wait, wait, I'm gonna rewind what you just said. So you said
Please don't. Please don't.
No, I ain't trying to go.
There's a lot of information.
No.
That's it.
Something that you said earlier, that basically that said that. You said, no, hold on, because I want to make sure I get this. So you said that we can make a certain amount, but if we don't, it's something that they can take. So basically, you're saying like, let's just say if I'm a dope dealer, right? And
you can freeze your accounts.
Yeah, so maybe they can take everything because I haven't worked for it. Like if I show, hey, I make $50,000 a year and I got a $200,000, car and a $500,000 house, they can take it because it doesn't show that I work for it.
Well, technically, what qualifies you to be a dope dealer? I'm just asking.
No, I'm saying, but you're saying that basically if there's a certain amount of money that I can make, and they're subject to take the rest.
No, what
it doesn't matter.
Cash and carry, you can't carry so much.
Like you can't carry
so
over
if you have a certain
10,000.
money, even if you go into an establishment, you spend over a certain increment, they have to report it.
Right. So this is why you got Swiss bank
free
accounts.
Because the money you got is under scrutiny every time you spend a big dividend.
Even if you make this certain deposits at the bank, they'll even scrutinize and make you fill out a form and say, where did you get this cash from?
Right.
But to your question about ownership, you're really talking about two things, because I've seen people who have declared their sovereignty after adulthood, and it has made their lives like a living hell. Really. Because really, you're basically saying, screw the system, and I'm going it on my own. Then you pretty much on the street.
Seriously.
And so, I think for us, for anyone, whether you want to categorize people of color or anyone else, I think the basic thing is to get that basic financial literacy in place. Get that life insurance in place. At least build credit. At least build them to have tools so that you can have a foundation to pass on to the next person. And that's what I think we need to start doing. As far as having ownership, we can all have businesses. If you got one of these in 2019, if you broke, there's something wrong with you.
Absolutely. He's referring to a cell phone.
Yeah, I forgot they can't see me. So, you know, if you have it in today's day and age, you can take $25, open up a website, go to Shopify, start drop shipping. You know, you can, start, selling, repackaged goods from China, whatever. Dope, whatever you want to do. But I mean, we need to start thinking about. We need to start thinking about money and start talking about it, because we could talk about anything else, but when we talk about money and about getting insurance, oh, I don't want to talk about that. That's a little bit too, real for me. So
a white lady once said to me, she said, "Why do black people love to look like $1 million and they got nothing?"
Damn.
She said, and then she said, and white people, we're the opposite. She said, because we like to look like absolutely trash. She said, and we got everything. She said, we have our 401k set in place. We have our houses is paid off, our cars is paid off. Every child is in college. They done been through college.
That's because they're old money.
She said, black people want to.
Say that one more time.
It's because they're old money. So when you come up with money for the first time, you go crazy. Like, I was in China, and so you can tell, they call them like village bumpkins. So you can tell when a Chinese person is from the village but became rich overnight, whether they sold their land or something, because they'll floss it. Now, usually Chinese, they're good at saving money, but these people who just got an influx of cash, they'll buy all the gold, they'll wear big gold chains, they'll grow their pinky nail long just to show that they don't need to lift anything. So it's for us, we're
but
new
they're
money.
They're also taught different than we are.
Of course, you look at the conversations over dinner, it's totally different. The parents, they come, they talk about the deals that they're making. Oh, I just invested in this. So the children, they're brought up in that. For us, unfortunately, we don't have these conversations. We talking about football, we talking about whatever's on TV. So for them, it's totally different. So they're exposed to it from a young age. And so this is why for them, they don't need the floss, because they know, well, I got a trust fund that I'm gonna cash out in, or I got life insurance. For us, it's the same thing that we were talking about, that poor economics. So they were saying people who are absolutely broke. So for us in the U.S., and we have a huge blessing being here in the U.S. because we got institutions that a lot of people don't have overseas. But so people in absolute poverty, living under than $1, $2 a day, they don't, sugar is expensive for Africa. So I was living out in Africa as well. But because their life is so poor, they want to have a little bit of excitement, so they'll spend a little bit more money to buy sugar just so that they can have sugar and tea, right? Or they'll spend a little bit more money to have a TV and a satellite, but they're walking like 50 miles to get water. So just, like a person, you look at a crackhead, for example. Why do they spend $20, $30, $100 stealing this and that, and spend all their money on crack cocaine? That's just so that they can forget and just to relax, to enjoy just for that split second. And then when that high goes down, they need to go steal, they need to go sell whatever they can to go do it again. So it's no different. So, but for them, it's different. So I don't think it's fair for her to say that, because I understand it's irresponsible on our part to want to show that we have something, but it's also, it's not fair for her to come up to that assessment either, because like I said, they're old money. So
can I say something? Again, every time we have this discussion, I bring out the same thing. We're not so far removed away from slavery. And it's not to give black people an excuse that you don't have to do better. We all know you have to do better. You have to teach. You have to pass that down the line. But again, that mentality's been set for ages. They've had the chance. And people have to understand, it's not even the passing of money, the passing of the knowledge that keeps going down, keeps going down, keeps going down. When a kid is born, like, it may sound stupid, but that stuff is ingrained. It goes through that DNA in some kind of way. And they understand it differently. Our people, the mentality isn't there. And the whole thing is trying to push it, trying to push it, trying to push it. Because, again, white people have it, but they've had it for years. We're just now trying to establish there's going to be a difference. So,
gotta kind of give, you know, people of color a little break. You know, still push that, you know, that learning and whatnot, but just understand we're not far removed from slavery.
Yeah, I agree with that. So it's just like, basically everybody was saying the same thing. Like, I love when you said it's the old money, and not only with old money, it's old ideas. So it's still the same. It's like the same mentality, and it's like, I put it to you like this. Like I said, I can't really agree. Like I find that it's actually borderline a fist of what she just said. When she said that statement, because it's like, it's easy.
Right?
It's
categorized
like,
together.
it's like you got a track, and if you got to run 800 meters, and you say white people got a head start of 4 laps
and a motorcycle.
Yeah, and now you wait for them to go around 4 laps with the motorcycle, and now you got to catch up to them. Like, now you got to beat us. That's a fixed race. But what's happened, and which I do love, is that I do see the progression of some of the thinking. I do see. I know a lot of the ignorance gets pushed to the forefront, but again, that's another old idea. Put the ignorance in the spotlight, and you don't have to focus on the fact that it is getting, people are getting wiser. So what they thought was that no one would ever catch up, but now they seeing, oh my goodness, they catch up. How did they do this? How did they catch up? How do you do it? Because someone down the line said, you know what, we're going to have to sacrifice for this. We can't just be like, it's all for ourselves. We got to sacrifice, like you just said.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Someone said, look, we got to stop with the excuses. Can't stop saying like, okay, maybe this generation will be next. Maybe this will happen. No, we're going to do it now. Somebody's going to have to stand forth and take the line. Somebody's going to have to be the first one to get on the front of the bus. Somebody got to be the first one to dare to steal a book and read.
And your life may not be that great. And you got to be able to be like, damn.
You know how many people was getting bust upside their heads for sitting at counters that we'll never know about. You get what I'm saying? How many people went to jail? How many people were getting murdered that we don't know about? How many people got hung for reading?
Right.
How many people got murdered for this? How many people? Just period. How many people will never know in every country? Every country in the world, you'll never know the sacrifices that were made for you. So now you got to get to the point where you start saying, look, I want to make the sacrifice for my part. If it's my part of the if it's my part of the tree, if it's my branch, that got to get cut off, so that way the next person in my genome get it. Zoom, there you go, you got it. So I think that's the biggest thing. It's about being unselfish and having that conversation and changing our frame of mind. But we getting there, and I see it's getting there because look at all these people in this room.
I wanted to say something. I don't want to be offensive either. I'm not trying to. And if you offended, I apologize. But so when you talk about sacrifice has been made. If we talk about color, sacrifice has been made for a long time. I personally think sometimes that we're actually regressing as opposed to progressing. Obviously, in some instances, we are moving forward. However, like even before the civil rights, there were slave revolts, there were this, there was that. There was already, I forgot the woman's name, the first black millionaire, female millionaire. So there was a lot. There's, a lot has been done. They've already set the way. Even imagine a lot of us now going to school, all of this and that. However, I feel like we're actually regressing to the extent that we're not actually benefiting from what they've already. So you said we need to make. So you're telling us to make the sacrifice now, but we're not acknowledging the sacrifices that were already made, and instead, I just feel like. I personally think I still listen to music, but I feel like a lot of the music is just like driving us over the bridge. I feel like even the food. I mean, you guys are talking about Chick-fil-A. I've heard a lot about Chick-fil-A. I've only been there like once or twice. I noticed things in that, but I just feel like we were talking about this just the other day, me and Mac, like black-owned stores. He was talking about how we support more outside. There was a study done that says the black dollar stays within the community only once. It's like once. It only touches one time, whereas in other communities, 83 times, for example, in the Jewish community. And so I mean, I feel like we're just killing ourselves, honestly.
And just to touch on that, I was on Facebook and I heard this book called Selling to the Negro, and it was just basically talking about, you know, how what we like and how you sell to them, and they like high price things and stuff. And so when I looked and saw how old the book was made in like 1976.
Oh, man.
So this stuff has been happening for years and decades.
Right.
You know, so it's like when I was just touching on that, we gotta learn how to support each other because that money can stay in the community.
Yeah.
But we just choose to say, all right, hey, this money is gonna go to somebody's pocket that's already in a Swiss bank account, or somebody that lives in Australia or Europe or whatever. We just gotta, you know, just keep that dollar here, keep it.
This is what happens when everything is given to you. You know what I mean? And it's not being funny, but you know, it's sacrifice has been made, and like you said, I agree. You do see that portion of you know what I'm saying, regressing, because I believe a lot of, not just, I don't want to blame it on people like to blame stuff on millennials so quickly. I believe millennials are some of the smartest. I believe technically the smartest that we've ever produced.
We're also entitled.
You know what I'm saying? And I was getting that. It's entitlement. But who did that come from? That came from the parents. The parents built that into them. And that's what I'm saying. When you have not taught the value of the fact, you know what I'm saying, of the things, like you said, the sacrifice has been made before you, so you can continue to press ahead and understand that just because the sacrifice has been made before you doesn't mean more sacrifices are needed, so that way we can continue to progress. Because it's always like that. Like you said, Jewish community, they constantly sacrificing for each other. If you own, like me and you, let's say me and you both Jewish. You got a son, daughter, you know what I'm saying, you own, let's say, let's get fancy, we gonna do it, let's do it. You own Delta, you own Delta Airlines, all right? I own GM. You got 2 sons, I got 2 sons. Both of them going into fields that will be in your company, and yours got fields my company. I'm gonna bring them in. You're gonna bring mine in. Because that's what you do. Some people say nepotism, but that's a lie. If I got a company, I'm going to bring, your people like, oh yeah, I want to keep it in because I want to keep that money coming in, and I want to keep the knowledge flowing in the community. And that's where, you know what I'm saying, I think that, like you said, where, you know what I'm saying, with blacks, that's where we messed up. We've said, I'm going to give my kids, I think it's a really retarded statement to say, I'm going to give my kids everything they never had. I want my daughter to know the sacrifice that I had to make. So she can understand the sacrifice. So she'll never forget it. So she'll never be entitled. You know what I'm saying? She'll never be entitled. She'll understand, man, I got to put in work for this. And like, you know, like you said, and I got to continue getting education and every knowledge, because I think what happens is that somewhere down the line, you know, oh, we got the right to go to school. I'm going to school. I'm going to quit school. I'm done with school. School too hard. Not knowing that somebody down the line got jacked up for trying to learn. And now all of a sudden you came up with the thing, I quit. I don't want to do it no more. You know what I'm saying? So I think, like you said, I think it's a lot of, like this, you know what I'm saying, regression because of a lot of the parents have messed up. You know, a lot of the parents have messed up, and they got to take responsibility there for these entitled, bad, horrible kids that they send to school, that they never ask anything about, and the only time you ever want to ask anything about them is when they get sent home from school, because they're like, man, we don't want to be bothered with your kid going crazy. Why are you talking about my kid? Why are you doing this to my kid? So I think, you know, it's a whole, but it's a lot of things that got to be changed within the culture. And I hate the word culture. I got a lot of things that got to be changed, and I think everything started home, and with you know with the education, it eventually gonna start. Like y'all was saying, and I really appreciate every single one of y'all that came out here tonight to do this. I ain't keeping y'all much longer. I'm done. We done. I'm done.
You sound like pastor. I
no, I'm done. I mean, I'm done. I ain't got nothing to say. Ain't no pastor here. We done. we had a great time. I want to thank my audience for coming out so much. I really want to thank every single one of y'all for coming. Everything else like that. I know if any of my co-hosts, y'all got something to say before we done and let these people get home.
I had fun with you guys. Nice debates and everything.
Everybody, please share, please share, please share.
Please share and, man, write a review.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe. Thank y'all for showing up.
I'm talking about y'all in this room. Go to page, write a review.
Thank everybody who contributed, and thank you guys for coming out. You guys have been a great audience. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Like I said, like, share, comment, subscribe. think that's it. Thank you for coming, baby.
Yep. So thank every single one of y'all, all y'all opinions, man. Thank y'all for Unfiltered and everybody on, man. Thank y'all so much. We will see y'all week after next Wednesday. We done.
Jersey.
I know. Can't wait to go home and get in that bed.
You did good. You was like,
Sure.
woo. Well.
You ready, sweetheart?
I'm taking my cup.
Oh yeah, we did. You take that bad boy. Now if you forget it next week when you come,
Right.
he gonna blame it on you, know that, right?
John stole my cup. Oh, yeah, it's still recording.
Yep, still good. We good.
Oh.
They can see the behind the scenes.
Yeah. No,
All right,
you
y'all,
go
I'm out.
ahead.
I gotta get up in the morning.
Oh, shoot, me too. I'm right behind you.
Me too.
Everybody have a safe trip.
I mean, no, I'm here all at work. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm going here.
Nice meeting you.
Tomorrow Monday, right? Yeah, we can hoop Monday. I mean, tomorrow.
You gonna have enough fun?
All right, I'll take care of that for you. Man, appreciate you coming out, bro. Oh, man.
Nice meeting you.
You gotta get you back.
No, you're good. We like that.
Back on the show, man.
We like that.
Let's go, man. We gotta get you back on the show, man.
The base is good.
I look.
Where y'all be hooping at?
LA, 78 Park.
Man, guys.
What, that's too far?
I don't got no LA Fitness membership, you know.
I can get people in.
What time?
We'll go probably around 2 or 3.
Ask me if I hoop. Oh, no, it's too early.
Nah,
Ask me if I hoop.
you are incredible. When you gonna come on that show and just bust me up?
Y'all let me.
Let them know, man. One day we just gonna let them have the show. We just gonna be in the background.
You gonna let who have the show?
George and Dom?
Like, so Jordan, you said, oh, okay.
Yeah, we gonna have.
My girl know who run this shit. Go do that.
Don't do that, because you gotta know how I'm like,
No, baby, you run this shit.
nah, we know.
You run this shit, baby.
See you, Mac.
You run this shit.